Well, it's time to make a start to some Noita. It's been a little while since I last done a stream on a Sunday, mainly because, my mum got COVID. I was just tired from the 12-hour stream for the charity event. Just various things have come up. So, yeah, first time, I think, this month so far, doing a Sunday stream. So, yeah, hopefully this is all going to go well. I will just make sure everything's capturing, then let you see. Just usual drill, you know, stuff I should really have sorted before I put the stream live, but no one's ever told me not to. So here we are, and there you go. You can now see what's going on, and I'm gonna see if we get anything good. I'm not the most hopeful, I do have to say, but fingers crossed nonetheless. There's a chance this is gonna go well. There's a chance it's going to go god awful and we're just going to have a stream of absolutely nothing being accomplished. But, all I'm hoping for is get down to the jungle, honestly. That'll be good enough for me. Because Modded Noita is hardly a friend list. Also, I'm just going to adjust that slightly. There you go. Now see me a bit better. But yeah, starting off as Slime Mage, we've got votes on. Everything should be working fine. Now I just need to hope people actually come along in order to mess with me. It's going to be a bit disappointing. Playing Noita, it's fun, but doing it on your own when you're used to streaming it with Twitch integration, it's a very different experience. Especially if you've still got the votes on, then it's an odd experience at that point. Let's see if I can just kill him. He's gonna be a good bit of money. It's quite far away, but I reckon, I am hitting him reliably. This should work out. I'm not gonna go down there with that. That seems like a death wish. Let's just go get the Emerald Tablet. We'll get a bit of money. That's all we need. It's not a way through there. I can pop that. That should start burning, yeah. Okay, this is looking reasonable so far. We've got a potion or a wand. Phloxium potion we saw, I don't really want that. It'd be nice to have an empty bottle, but I don't think I'm bothered enough to commit to that just yet. As for this, half decent wand, good capacity, charge speed's alright for first floor. Recharge time's a bit naff. I'll take it simply because that one there is a bit terrible. But yeah, can't say I'm the most happy with that one, but it could be getting replaced before too long. I do, however, have a shovel. I need to remember I get to use a shovel thanks to these mods. That's just an empty potion because you have a puzzle here. Okay. Now I need to fill that with oil, but is there oil? I can't see it. I probably should have been paying a bit more attention to myself, seeing as I just kinda get a bit of damage from him. You know, I should maybe get rid of you before you create any trouble. There we go. This guy up here, take out him. He shouldn't be anything to worry about. Gonna coat me in blood, but that's just the usual. That's fine. Let's make our way into here. Ah, there we go. We have found the oil. And what's this full of? Weak acid. Okay, no, we need oil. That's all we need. Just like in real life. It's fine. Now we have oil, empty it all into here, and we get a wand. That's a bad time for tentacles. Let's just hide here for a second. God, that is a good bit of damage. Ah, even got hit there again. I can't hide any better than this, I don't think. Like, maybe up there would have been safer. God, yeah, I just took like 60 damage from that. That is far from ideal, and don't you... What a dick! Can't believe him. I'm about dead, so that's not great. Yeah. That guy melting the thing I was working on, that's just mean. That's just cruel. You didn't need to do that. That's uncalled for. That was entirely uncalled for. But so is Noita. It's not your friend. It never has been. If anyone tells you it is, then I mean, they're lying. I don't know what else to say. But alright. Gun? Gun. Maybe? Maybe a gun. That's an interesting time. Got some hastium in there. Let's just add some oil to mix. Simply because, I mean, I need to drain the oil if possible. I want to have an empty potion. Who knows when I'll need an empty one. Fire potion we don't need. Alright, this is fine. Sat down there invisibly. Okay, we're fine to jump in. A bit of unstable polymorphine in there. Is that stuff there? Or is that chaotic polymorphine? That might be chaotic. Looks a little different to the unstable. Just wait for myself to morph. Okay, well, there we go. What was that? That is unstable polymorphine. Yeah, I thought it might have been the unstable kind. Looks a bit different to chaotic. That's a thing in there. I didn't spot you, I was just gonna dig through. That's not ideal. Also, that's interesting. Holy Carpenter turns the slime, which never usually actually exists, into alcohol. It's an interesting one. Alright. I'm not gonna question it. That's fine. Being drunk's not ideal, but I just wanted to burst that lantern. All I wanted was to create fire, where fire was not in any way needed. What a shame. Yeah, that's probably me gonna die here, actually, now that I'm thinking about it for a brief second. Okay, does that guy explode, or did I hit that... not barrel, crate? I mean, I guess he exploded, because I definitely did not hit that crate enough for it to have exploded, but... Alright, fair enough. It's first run done. That's just the practice. We're all good. We are 100% fine. Fire Magician. I do quite like fire ones. You start with fire immunity, and you also start with various fun things, which apparently this time isn't an always cast, but just an immediate oil trail. And okay, yeah, this is going to be a fun one. Let's just make sure everything's as on fire as it reasonably can be. Here we go. Now, I can see there's still stuff down there, which I ideally want set on fire. Yeah, there we go. They're now on fire, they've burnt to death. We are all fine. Just continue to be a little on the careful side and just pick up money as we go. I mean, fire is not ideal, usually. But when you have fire immunity, yeah, it's a godsend. Like, oh god, look at this. I've already got 80 money. I don't need to go get the Emerald Tablet. I'm fine. Less fine if I get hit by projectiles like his. But I'm still fine. I'm still fine, I promise. It's all good. Do we need anything much? I'm trying to get the pacifist reward by not murdering anyone directly. I don't know how doable that is, although seeing how I just managed to expertly land that on top of him, that is really nice. Also more health. That's also really nice. Let's just make sure we got a bit of fire down there. Is that guy gonna try come after me? Possibly, so let's just a bit more fire. Perfect. It's the answer to almost everything in Noita. Usually the question's what killed me, but I mean, it's the answer to many questions. Other than what killed me. God, fire is dangerous to otherwise. Like, if you don't have fire immunity, I'd say probably one of the leading causes of death for me. That's bad. We should run from there. If we're not planning to shoot them, because I mean this doesn't do a lot of damage. The damage it does is fire damage. I can't actually hurt those guys, the fire guys, I don't think. Maybe able to slightly, but I mean I'm not gonna. I was gonna say I'm not gonna play with fire, but I mean I am. Maybe not the best like idiom to use. Still though, I mean it seems to be going relatively okay. Just leave a bunch of fire behind me. I would like that health up. There we go. We did get stone skin. Stone skin, if I could get breathless, or I believe water blood gives you the same effect, then yeah, I would be a happy person. Because that means any kind of like negative effects from that as a run modifier is pretty much gone at that point. And just try and burn these guys if I can. Drop in a ton of oil. They're not going to be doing much. I mean, other than dying, as we've just seen. We should still be getting a pacifism run, right? Or like pacifist's reward, or whatever it is. From the Holy Mountain. I mean, all we're doing is burning people in oil. Like, that doesn't sound very nice. But I mean, that is all we're doing. Okay, just more burning oil. This is honestly horrific. Like, I think this probably goes against the Geneva Convention in some way. That guy can't be burned. Okay, I might need to murder him. I want to not, if possible. So let's just go into the Holy Mountain. Do we get the pacifist reward? I really hope we do. I'm a little doubtful. Although, what do we get in here? Triplicate bolt. I mean, none of these look great. I mean, I can't afford any of them anyway. I mean, I do enjoy the handful of snarks. Is it utter chaos? I mean, yes. But I do enjoy it. Alright. Grab that. Extra projectile. I'm gonna have to say yes. Now, if I set these up like this, do those explode? I'm trying to remember, do they explode? I think they do. I'm starting to think maybe they do. That's just how you spread oil. That being the case, change it to now being this, and while stone skin could be bad, I can spread flaming oil in here. Which, I'd have to say, I mean, it's close to being a positive, isn't it? It's close to being a positive. Do we care for any of these? Won't be Toxicora. Path correction could be nice. I don't know how it works. Don't need you. I'll make some super snarks. I'll save an inventory. There we go. And there we go. Alright. You get to bleed straight up fire or oil. I'm gonna say oil. Although actually fire would maybe be more sensible because oil makes you slippery. But yeah, let's just create a bit of chaos. Like, do those burn? I have a feeling they don't. Yeah, no. That's not good. I mean, orbital laser, that helps. But yeah, those guys don't burn. That's kind of my whole, like, shtick, isn't it? Burning things alive. Maybe I should be a bit careful, think the different way through. Also, them guys there don't seem to burn in any capacity. I can still try using the snarks. Snarks aren't going to help much, but they could help. God, okay, yeah, this is bad. Snarks don't do much damage at all. Also, everything's acting a bit weird up there, so I'm going to ignore that area. It's acting weird down there as well. It's just everything turning into slime near me or something? Or is that... No, that must have been a creature or something doing that. Alright, be careful, just run this way. Just create some more burning oil. That's fine. See, everything's safe. Just, I mean, everything's on fire, but everything's fine. It's all... I mean, I'm gonna say going to plan. But, I mean, what plan is there? The plan consists of create oil, set it on fire. There is no plan here, this is just chaos. But ah well. Ah well. Chaos is fine by me. Let's just create a bit more chaos. God almighty. There is so much fire. I mean, I can also drop that onto people, which feels nice. Continue to drop the snark. And oh, God, the game is not happy there for a second. Yeah, hope it starts being a bit happier. It'd be nice if it could. Got one of those boss enemies up there. I'm feeling he's not the most fond of fire. But then again, I don't like drowning. And that seems to be what's happening to me. Like, almost anyway. I think I've just avoided drowning. I really need a better one for just like things. Like, the snarks are fun. They're not good though. That's the problem. Like, I definitely should have made a better wand. Like, this is entirely my fault right now. Oh, okay, speaking of better wand. This one's an interesting one. It could end up damaging me. But, I mean, it could also end up working quite well. So need to be careful. Apparently it's not got the capacity required. Healthy rain. Okay, that one's good. Am I still gonna die? Yeah, because I just got frozen. I'm gonna die. Damn it. Okay, no, that was my fault, putting too much faith in just setting things on fire. Well, it's fun, it's not an effective way to fight. It's all good. It's all good. It really isn't, but it's all good. And if I keep saying so, maybe it'll come true. Okay, this time, Thunder Wizard. Thunder Wizard keeps getting me killed. I need to be extremely careful, but that will do me a good job. Like this. Also, Explosion of Thunder, how well does that work? That seemed to work quite well. Okay, maybe that's my better, like, attack? I don't know. I don't like Thunder Mage. Mostly because I don't start with any way to get rid of, like, fire or toxic sludge or anything of that nature. I mean, I should be able to use them. I just need to find the potion and fill it with some water. That's the thing. Also need to be careful of explosive crates and barrels and pretty much anything that could kill me. It's just Noita in a nutshell, isn't it? Yeah. Wand over there. Item underneath. Yeah, that's worth digging too. That's worth digging too, even if it does take a moment. Come on. I can get through. Just dig my way down and... It's tempting. Simply for the rainbow shot, it's tempting. I love rainbow shots. It's not in any way good, but I love it. Okay. We're going to make another rainbow one today. That could be what happens. We've also got Pheromone, which I'm just going to quickly dump out. Because I don't need that. All shop items are on sale, only one perk. Why am I on fire? That's because I was stood on top of something flammable. God damn it. Okay. Managed to put myself out. That's fine. I want us to get into there. Do that. I don't want to be going past an explosive barrel. Let's go into this bit. Fill up my bottle. There we go. We're looking relatively safe. I say relatively because we are still going to die inevitably to my own, like, spells or something of that nature. But you know what? It'll be fine for a moment at least. I'll be fine for a moment. Just need to keep my distance. It's all gonna work out in the end, right? It could possibly not work out. I mean, so far, it is going relatively well. I did just blow myself up slightly. But, I mean, does that matter? Yes, it does. But does that matter? God, I really do hate electricity. Like, I get electric immunity is useful. You're able to, like, do various things. Without explosion immunity, or fire immunity, it's god awful. Like, you just can't survive with it. Like, I am inevitably going to die to that perk. I'm not gonna try and get myself killed. Like, far from it. I'm gonna do my best to survive. But, yeah. Can't say I'm hopeful. Can't say I'm most hopeful about it. Also, can't say that I'm, like, in any way, like, having company this stream so far. I'm quite lonely. I do hope some people come by. Like, I get people can be busy and such. I'm not gonna, like, say I deserve people to come by. But it's nice having people to stream to, rather than just streaming to yourself. Also, random masters. Yeah, let's just go into here. That's fine. We don't need anything else. Now, everything's on sale. What do we get? I mean, teleport cast, is that? Warp cast. Could be alright. I mean, I'll grab this. I'll grab warp cast if I don't need to refresh. There's only the one perk. Yeah, we're refreshing that. Low recoil. I actually don't like that one. Your spells fly slower. That one's detrimental to me in my mind. That's fine. That's fine. Let's just make my way out to Holy Mountain. I've got no way to avoid the trigger. It's a shame, but I mean, it has to just be an earthquake. Now, be a little careful here, because things can hop right up to me. You can also get stuff like this, which apparently sprouts enemies as it spreads. That's interesting. Like, I knew there were enemies in this, but I didn't know it sprouted the enemies. God almighty, but that is a lot of, like, eyeballs, I'd imagine, the amount of projectiles. Try and be a little careful here. How do I do this? Okay, how about just dig my way through this as a start? Nope, never mind, that is... It's looking difficult to achieve. Okay, what if I just lightning away that? It just isn't good seeming. Like, I can't block the sandstone. Ow, apparently sand fell in front of me while I tried to cast that. Okay, we're just abandoning this area. If we get to it from below, maybe I'd manage. This isn't ideal. I was hoping not to have a dead end. I mean, thankfully I've got a spade. That makes me less hopeful about getting underneath those things. Although, I mean, it does maybe get me another wand. I need a wand that's little bit less self-destructive, if possible. Be ideal. Just use a shot. It renders a fire projectile. Play a mobile. It's alright as a wand with those stats. Don't like what it looks like currently. I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say no to that. Yeah, keep going down this way, because if we could get all of these eyes, with the sheer amount of them there are, like, yeah, we get a lot of spells out of that, which are all gonna merge. We also get a lot of money. I do like money and... Oh! Gold. Decay. Gold decay? Is that just spread? Is the world slowly turning into gold? The world is slowly turning into gold, it would seem. Also, grab that. That's legendary. I mean, I didn't expect to get anything quite so grand, but yeah, that's good. And it does seem you can pick up some of this gold, which is nice. Like, after like it properly decays, it turns into usable gold, which is quite nice. Still a little skeptical of it. It does seem to be spreading, albeit slowly, so maybe we should hurry up. Now, I don't have the most health. Got a bit over 50. Or a bit under 50 even. That's doable. I can probably survive fungal caverns if I'm careful. With my current wand, I'm gonna say... Maybe avoid the fungal caverns. I need a better wand though. I don't know if I can justify avoiding it. Like, as much as I don't want to do fungal caverns with this wand, I think I need to. I don't know how I'm gonna survive. I don't have anything anywhere near good enough. I think I've got a lot of damage, but fungal caverns are a tight space. Enemies get up close to you. I can't survive. Not with my current wands. I mean, I'm gonna poke my head in. We do have him. Honestly, killing him, I think he drops a wand. I know he drops extra max health. That's good enough for me, I'll be honest. Healthy rain would have been lovely. Damn, if only it didn't spawn inside of a wall. That would have been good. Also, that's just occurred to me. This does explosive damage. I think this guy's got fairly good resistances to explosion damage. Which, I mean, makes sense. Yeah, that's not ideal. I need to throw this at him. That just stunned him. I mean, slightly. I kind of wanted the physics damage. Okay, be careful. If I manage this right. Just jump into here. Come on. He's about got himself killed. You know what? Just do that. There we go. Extra max health. Got a wand. Honestly. Decent wand. Base stat wise. Okay. Okay, maybe we don't need to go through. I mean, I've got a good amount of money. I can buy spells. We can also get this. Purifying Trail. That's an interesting one, Purifying Trail. I don't entirely know how that would work. It's Purifying Trail. I mean, Purifying Liquid, I barely ever come across it. I mean, I've died anyway. Thanks to those little guys. Yeah, I shouldn't have even gone that way. I should just backed off. Ah well, that's fine. We don't need to contemplate any purifying powder anymore. We are fine. We're fine. God, I'm lonely. There's no one here. Where is everyone? Like, I mean, I'm half an hour into the stream. I don't think I've had a single person come into the chat. Also, votes currently aren't on. Come on. connect, will you? There you go. But yeah, it's a shame. Like, I do enjoy talking to people. Like, I can talk to myself, that's entirely doable. I can just narrate what I'm doing, what I'm thinking. It's all fine. I mean, I could narrate that. I don't think I'm too happy about getting the Thunder Mage again. But I mean, that's not going to change anything, me doing that. And it is just me here, so yeah. Bit of a shame. Bit of a shame. Got a chest in there though. That's less of a shame. Maybe it's telling me to stop complaining. Okay, Noita. I'll stop complaining. Just give me that chest if you would. I mean, I got the chest. Am I happy about the outcome? Somewhat. I mean, it's a decent weapon. It's a thing. Like, it is far from a bad weapon. The only thing is, it's not the best, like, thing to be using as a primary weapon. It's not exactly self-destructive, but it's awfully close to things to use it. I mean, maybe for some things I could just throw it. Like, for example, we got that guy there. Just be deflected, but that is not ideal. I mean, it's just gone down the slope, that's fine. He murdered him. Lovely. I mean, with how this works, I could drain the lava lake. I think. Because yeah, it cuts through any material. And lava is a material. Apparently a conductive one. You could have fooled me with that. But I mean, like, this is working. Have I ever actually been into the lava lake? I've always just dug to the orb from, like, inside the chasm. So I've got no idea how this is going to work. The feeling, though, I should just throw that and leave it to do its thing. Yeah, there it goes. You can tell where it is because, I mean, you can see where the lava's draining into. Lava stops draining though. That means it's gone out of render range. That's a shame. That's a shame. But I mean, yeah, that's fine by me. It's an interesting item that. You don't really come across it much, do you? Maybe I should have kept it. Maybe I should have. I'm on fire. That might be the death of me. I mean, I've got water in there. Can I get to that? Yes, I can. Surprisingly. There's a lot of fire though. I mean, because of lightning perk. Or electricity, I think it is. Like, it's not a good perk. I don't know why you'd want it if you don't have fire immunity or whatever. Like, there are so many things that it just makes go wrong. Like, you'd think it'd be a cool one. Conducting electricity and all that. But it really isn't, because I'm just on fire again. I'm gonna die to it this time. Can I survive? I can survive on 2 health. You know what? I'm not gonna tempt fate. I'm just gonna get 200 money so that I can go to the next floor with like a refresh repair. That's fine by me. I'm not gonna get greedy. I say I'm not gonna get greedy. I'm gonna stick by that. As tempting as it is to get greedy, I'm not going to. Just need to be extremely careful is all. Because yeah, that could explode. Because you don't even need to be in contact with something for it to explode. It just needs to be in your vicinity and it can explode. Also, try and get that monkey. Come on. Just down there. There we go. Got the coin we need. That's going to create fire. Let's just dig through. What earth lit on fire there? Is there oil up that bit? God damn it. I hate the electricity perk, I really do. Alright. Alright, that's fine. I mean, Eldritch Mage. I could see this working. Just have a basic tentacle. It's tentacle with a timer, but I mean, it's basic enough. This can work. Tentacle is good. A little hard to aim, yes, but it is good. It is good. Just to be a little careful. There we go. Now, how is this gonna end up? I mean, got Plague Doctor guy there. He's never got a decent wand. Can't really hit me though, can he? Which is nice. I do like him not being able to really hit me. Still trying to just jump at him, which is hardly kind. And I am struggling to hit him. Where on earth is his hitbox? I swear most of these should be hitting him, right? Like, at least on the return. Like, on earth? Why is he still alive? God damn him. God damn this man. Okay, Kit Kat down there. No, nothing? Okay, he's run off. That means I'm the Vixen, right? Ooh, what is lava? Interesting run modifier. You know what? Having to continually stay airborne? I'm happy with that. It's an interesting one. It's hardly going to work to my advantage or anything. But it's an interesting one. It means I also have infinite flight, so it's not entirely a disadvantage. As long as I keep jumping up and down, I can stand mostly on the floor. And good wand. You know what? This is shaping up to be half decent, this. Still think Eldritch Mage is a bit of an annoying one. Like, he's decent, yeah, like I say. Good damage output, good early game wand. But, I mean, projectile repulsion field on any kind of static spell, like an electric field such as this, it doesn't stay still anymore. So I'm just gonna hope it works out. I mean, it seems to be going quite well. We've got 2d20, what are we gonna get? Slow down and fire ones. Entirely safe for given value. I don't have any way to light that, do I? Oh no! No, I just apparently needed to give it a tap. And that was just blowing up forever. In perpetuity. God almighty. Maybe stay a bit further away. Yeah, some of those fireworks are going quite far out. I don't know entirely what they're doing, or if it's going to stop. I feel I should move. Unless, is that it just stopped now? That might be it just stopped now. I'm gonna go have an inspect. Ooh, cheese. We get cheese. God almighty. Yeah. That does a lot of damage to everything. I like that fireworks vote. I think that's a new one. That mod, like, or the vote list from the mod must have been updated. So I'm assuming that's Twitch extended, not like base game. Could be base game. You know, I could actually be. Because the fireworks spell does exist in base game. And like, they have ways to cast spells out of things. So I mean, there's a chance that was something in base game. But I mean, the cheese isn't. I can say that much with certainty. I can also say I'm quite fond of cheese. Just give it a munch. I will start taking a bit of damage as I munch it because the floor is lava. I can heal it off, so that's fine. Is that me max health? That's me max health. Okay, temporarily deflect melee. It's an alright one. It's not the best of votes, but it's an alright one. Now, I think, because I am at max health, there's a cheese chest over there. I'm gonna try and get to 500 money. It's not the most doable. I really should have gone for the Emerald Tablet if I was going to go for any reasonable amount of money. But I mean, it should be possible. Should be possible. Just need to be a little careful, is all. Try and take out you if I can. Come on. Just give him a prod. There we go. Yeah, because Tentacle pierces through enemies. Yeah, that's going to do me a good job against any of the, like, splitter guys from the fungal caverns. I do want to take a drink, but it has just occurred to me. Like, I need to keep on flying the whole time. There we go. Ducks. Okay, we can leave the ducks be. Just eat a bit more cheese. That's all I need right now. It's just what any man needs, really, when you get down to it. There we go. Back to full health. Got 400 money. Is that enough to go? It could be enough to go down. I could be convinced. I could be, you know. Sadly, there's no one here to convince me otherwise. I think I will stay up, try and get to 500. Usually like 300 gets you a reasonable wand, 200 gets you perk reroll. That's the values I give myself anyway to work with. I don't think it's entirely accurate, but it's the values I work with. Also, I need to keep remembering, I can just fly indefinitely if I want. I don't have a limit. I don't need to be, like, spacing out my flights to try and hover or anything like that. I can just fly. It's that simple. It's kind of like Pod Howard if it just works. Also, I do want that chest. I'm thinking that chest will be where I draw the line for what I'm doing. So that, if I go in there, it means I can get a bunch of weird fungus. So need to be careful about eating it. So don't want to die from Flora's lava. That guy seems to know exactly where I am. Let's just go deal with him. There we go. Yeah, I ate enough weird fungus. This should all work. I'll get myself fungus blood. What on earth? Was that vomit into fungus blood? I don't know. There's vomit, but that might have just been from me. Fungus blood's something. I don't know what it is, but it's something. I've got plenty of money. We're going to be getting more weird fungus later on. I don't know what from. Like, we're going to get it from something. But yeah, that should be fine. Look at how much money I have. Eat a small bit of cheese, just get to full health. Here we go. And, I mean, kill one duck. Can't just leave all the innocent animals. I mean, they're probably not innocent when you get down to it, or something of that nature. I know we can probably justify this somehow. However, I don't think I can take any of them, can I? I mean, could. It's gonna end badly. Okay, burst of napalm. I can get fire immunity here. Oh, it's fire immunity. Okay, burst of napalm. I hadn't expected that to actually work. I think I'd prefer to do this. Like, that is just the better wand. However, I can also do this. Which apparently is actually triggering. Most spells, not that one. Just most. Alright, just quick tentacles then. That's just what we're doing. Fair enough. I can get behind that. Keep Circle of Thunder could be decent. Eldritch Portal I don't care about. Wand I don't care about. Alright, that's us ready to go. Any chance I can change my blood material? I bleed fire, apparently. Since when do I bleed fire? I've got fire immunity, so that's fine. But since when do I do that? That doesn't sound healthy. I've got fire in my veins, and it sounds like a lyric. Or like some indie rock band. Alright, that's fine, that's fine. Got tentacles, it's all good. All the fish are dead. How did they die? I didn't electrocute them or anything, did I? I don't remember electrocuting them. What? Is it like genocide was voted for and I didn't notice? That's a possibility. That is a definite possibility. I also just took a big hit of damage from him. These guys aren't normally in this area, are they? I don't know why he's here. It's not ideal. Has to be said. Alright, dig through here. This is fine. Just be a little careful. Just dig into that. I almost started taking damage because I got stuck in there. I just wanted to have a way up that way. I didn't really care about much else. Okay, please just kill these guys. I didn't take a lot of damage. It's a lot of blood. I don't need to worry though. It's fine. It's not me who's at a detriment here. Still got plenty of health. I have projectile repulsion field. I have fire immunity. I am fine. I'm fine. I'm really not, but I'm fine. Earth? What is that mage? I'm a bit confused. I'm also covered in toxic sludge, just get rid of that. It's not ideal. Fungal caverns, I don't have the most health anymore. I'm also tripping out slightly. Is that what that mage does? Does he make you trip out? It's a fun mage. Interesting one. Transformed fungus blood. Transformed from what? I still don't know. I'm not gonna question it. This one's not any good, is it? That's a crap wand. Got other one down there. Get some oxygen. Come in and dig through that. God, this trip's really worse than usual, isn't it? Like, I swear it's not normally this bad. Like, is that what that mage did? Give me an especially bad trip? Like, it looks like it should be ending now. Which is good. I do like the idea of not tripping out massively forever. Maybe don't go down that way. Like, I should have stopped. It's still happening. I really hope this isn't the entirety of the run I'm tripping out. Like, it looks to about be going back to normal. It's the right colours now. But yeah, I'm a bit worried. Just a bit. Because, I mean, it's still not entirely normal. It's calming down. It's calming down. Yeah, still a bit worried though. Try and take out that spluttery guy if I can. Never mind, he's Scarpered. That's fine. Scarpered I think they'll actually say nowadays. I don't think it is. It's a fun word though. It's just run away, pretty much, is all it means. Don't know who I'm explaining this to or asking. I'm just talking to myself. Like, people must think I'm mad. I think I'm mad. Like, it's not good to be talking to yourself. It's hardly the sign of a sane person. Okay, no, I need to run from here. I need to run. I've taken too much damage. It's especially if I've just gotten Greed Curse, we need to escape. This is fine. This is fine. Just run. Was it down here or was it up there? I think it was up there and it's escape, but it looks like it'll work either way. Got him! You know what? I almost killed him. If I can kill him, that'd be really nice. We do have a fair few people trying to kill me, but it would be nice if I could kill the boss. The boss seems to have helped slightly. I'm not worried about his TNT because I've got a repulsion field. I have infinite flight, so this should work out, shouldn't it? I got a fungal shift. Wormblood. Also need to wait for him to transform again. Will he transform? Okay, well, let's just kill him. That's fine. Did just hear the doorbell through the flat. Sounds like someone else is going to get it, so that's fine. And what was it transformed? Was it oil, maybe? I could see it being oil that's transformed. It's not lava. I'm a bit confused. Let's just keep going. Ah, hello John. Good to see you. Good to see you. I've been awfully lonely. I'm glad someone's come along to keep me company. That's not Wormblood transform. That looks exactly like toxic sludge. It's apparently Wormblood. Yeah, that's Wormblood. They could have fooled me. They could have fooled me. Yeah, do we want any of them? Maybe barrier, maybe warp cast. We want this. We now get to regen our health in increments. That is lovely. Okay. Okay, long distance pass. I mean, it's a good one. I do like it. I was watching Fury Forge and realised I was streaming. I mean, you can get back to watching if you want. Like, don't feel you have to come here. Like, I appreciate you coming by, but if you're busy with stuff, like, you're fully entitled to just continue with whatever you were up to. Does this work? I mean, it creates a bit of fire. It's not quite as extravagant as I was thinking. I think it might just be me breaking that lantern which created fire. I mean, long distance cast, I'm going to stand by as being something passable. So you can watch. I mean, fair enough. Fair enough. That's entirely up to you. Don't let me judge how you spend your day. Now, we've got some interesting stuff going on. Let's see it. Can we? No, we still bleed fire. You know what? That's fine. That's fine. I don't think I've done a tentacle run in a long time. I think this one could shape up alright. We've also got segmentation, which I think's one of the more powerful of the perks that's been introduced, like with the mods. Because as long as I stay above 25 health segment of my health, I'll regen to the one above that. So I'll regen to 90 health if I don't go below 75. Is currently what it sits at. So I can be a little bit less careful, like, oh no, lost 10 health, but that's it back again. All it costs is a bit, like not a lot, just a bit of... He's just going to continually jump up. It looks like they were. Okay. But yeah, I get to just heal pretty much indefinitely. And toxic sludge has become Wormblood, which is really nice. Like, I can just get Wormblood quite easily now. Also, run modifier is, I believe, floor is lava is what it's called. Infinite flight, I can't sit on the ground for any length of time. It's a pretty good one. It's a pretty good one. It's one of the more interesting ones as far as they go. Okay, let's see, can I just... God almighty, I am creating a lot of worm blood. That's a lot of worms. Okay. This is fine, right? I don't think tentacles go through liquid very well, do they? It doesn't look like they do. Come on. You can do this. How have you been anyway, John? You been managing fine stuff? I do hope you've been doing well. Come on, can I kill you, please, worm? I want extra health if possible. Like, I really do need the extra max health. If he's willing to give it. And... oh! Portal to... I mean, that's fine. I can do that. Up to Scotland on Wednesday. Ah, brilliant. You're coming up to visit... it's your grandparents who lived up here, isn't it? Do you have any other relatives live up here? That's a mini-boss. Okay, no, we're gonna go up. We're gonna go up. Your aunt. Alright. That should be good. Should be good. Resilience is a new perk, so I'm thinking I might grab that. I don't know what that does. I'm hoping that's description. My guess is you just take less damage. But I mean, I don't have any real authority to be saying that on. What is this guy? You're hoping to get a boyfriend, are you? I'm assuming that's what you mean. Does that mean you're coming after me? No. Okay, that's fine then. That's fine. Let's see. Can I take my way into here and be mostly safe? I hope so. Resilience. More resistant to status ailments. Yeah, no, we don't need that. What we do need is to murder you if possible, because I'm quite upset that you followed me in. He's able to summon more Heses. I could farm him if I really wanted. I don't want to. And I'm quite frankly worried I'm gonna like dip below my acceptable amount of health from regenning. Just be careful. It's a relationship when you can go fishing. I mean, yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. I'm not gonna ask what you do to the fish, but fair enough. That's reasonable. Just, I really hope fish are okay with this. Come on. I can murder him. It's gonna take a while, but I do think I can murder him. I have a better one for this. Possibly this one. No, that just shocks it. That doesn't really help. Just hide up here for a second, let my health regen. Come on. I can't dip below 50 health if I want to regen back up. Like, I've got a health top up in there, which I was planning to grab anyway, because an extra 10 max health gets me to like the next threshold for regenning. That'll get me to 100 rather than 90 max health. God, this guy's being a pain. Let's teleport him. I could go teleport him at the lad. That would be an acceptable thing, right? Just teleporting him away. It feels kinda like mean to do that to him, but I could. Like, that's an entirely possible thing. Ah, God, I took a big hit there. God, he spawned someone on top of me who then meleeed me. Then he stunned me, causing me to fall into an explosion. God damn. If there wasn't a boss at the entrance, I probably would have been fine there. God damn it. God damn it all. Okay, new run. New run. We're gonna be fine. We're really not, but we're gonna be fine. Just any minute. Any minutes. And I can stand on the ground, which is nice. Like, it's something you don't appreciate enough until it's taken away from you. Like, being able to breathe properly through your nose when you get a cold. Like, I did miss being able to stand on the ground. Anyway, this run's already off to a good start, especially with that. I mean, immediately landing a hit on someone with the whatever physics object we give you, that's always a good omen, isn't it? It's always a good omen. Alright. Do we want TNT? Probably not. A shovel's good enough. I do get half tempted to not take the shovel, but it's not as if it's a broken thing. It just means I can more reliably get something decent. That looks to be... Is that a fireball? I think it's fireball is what it's called. I can kill this guy. This is fine. Slime Mage is probably one of the weaker ones, but I can get into this. Looks like it might be a fire bolt. This? Yeah, fire bolt. Do I care for fire bolts? Not really. Yeah, I thought Firebolt was a bit smaller though, which is why I was a bit confused about it. That's fine though, and goddamn, I can't sit on the floor again. God damn you! I need to be constantly on edge. I don't ever get to take a break without pausing the game. Which, I mean, I could pause the game. It's probably the safer thing to do. That means I need to constantly be pressing the spacebar and getting a sore, like, is it a tendon in your arm from repeatedly pressing the same key on and off? I'm sure I'll be fine. I don't need to worry about my own health and well-being. It's not important. What is important is grabbing an emerald tablet. I don't know why I keep grabbing it. Like, I've got a lot of money. I don't think I need it. I want it. It's just such a power move when you chuck it into some guy. Like, it's lovely to do. And, oh god, earthquake. You know what? Earthquake's fine. Let that go off down there. I now hide up this kind of an area. Am I safe? I think I'm safe. Lovely. You thought you might be able to catch me out with that, but with infinite flight, I can escape most situations, so long as I'm not stuck on the ground. Or inside something. But I can escape a few situations. A few rather specific situations. But I can't escape them. I can't escape them. Now, I think I've got a decent amount of money. Got enough health, I'm willing to just go down to the next floor, I think. Especially after finding that I have plenty of money to just go down. I don't need to risk anything. That's fine. Just leave that there, we don't need to top up. All good. B grenade, triplicate bolts, good early on. Triplicate bolt with that would be especially nice. You get something fun in here. Extra perk. Why the hell not? Okay, triplicate bolts we'll put onto there. I do need to fly around slightly. That's fine. We'll save the other triplicate bolts. Drop TNT. And this one had the rainbows. Because, I mean, how could you turn down rainbows? It's like Skittles. Like, taste the rainbow and, like, regret the rainbow. I can't remember the phrase. It's probably not regret. It's just taste the rainbow, isn't it? There's nothing more to it. But yeah, let's just keep on moving on. I'm trying to get through the earlier floors quicker. And what did you give me? Reduced max health. Why, thank you. I do appreciate it. I mean, it's a heal, if nothing else. That's fine. Feel the rainbow? No, I think it's just taste the rainbow, is all it is for the Skittles slogan. An odd slogan, honestly. Who'd want to taste the rainbow? That seems like it'd be pretty depressing to do. Like, rainbows are pretty high up. Like, could you imagine just going all the way to a rainbow just to taste it? It just tastes of, like, fancy coloured water. Like, that's all it is. It's just the light making the water look different. Take LSD. I mean, yeah, I guess. I could see that. I could see that. I don't think they're tasting the rainbow, they're more seeing the rainbow. Skittles don't taste the rainbows, though, is what I'm trying to say. It's false advertising. I won't stand for it. Not in this day and age. Not that I particularly know what I'm meaning by that, but not in this day and age. Okay, grabbing that. I mean, ore projectiles. Arguably better, but costs a lot more in the way of mana. So stay away from it for now. Ideally, I would like concentrated spells as a perk. Concentrated spells is a lovely one to have. Throw that away quick. And yeah, we're not grabbing Flamoxium, we're fine in that account. Chest in there. We do want a chest. I mean, I have never been one to pass up a chance to grab a chest, don't quote me. That's fine. We get a legendary slash. I mean, it sounds better than it's going to be. It really does. Like, how good is that? 25 damage base, 100 explosion, and a big radius. I mean, with this, it could be okay. At 169 mana, I don't think that's justifiable, is it? Like, that is barely justifiable. Like, any spell that costs that much, I don't think I want. Unless it's something which just straight up kills everything. Like, how much is a nuke? Like, it's 250, isn't it? Or is it 400? Progress. Nuke. 200. Like, look how much more damage that does. Is just taste the rainbow. I mean, it's a boring catchphrase. Then again, so is the Pringles one of once you pop, you just can't stop. Because, I mean, you can stop. Like, it's all just lies. All of it. That's all, like, anything is. Like, I'm a lie when you get down to it. I don't know why. I must be. Like, if we just follow the rule of thumb. Like, it's depressing, I know. You don't want to believe that me, the most trustworthy person you know, I'm a lie. But, I mean, I could be. Who could tell? Not even I would be able to know that I'm a lie. I mean, did I have a slogan? I'm trying to think. I don't think I have a slogan. So you can't accuse me of lying in that regard. You can still accuse me of lying. Just not in that regard. Also, I'm amazed I've not taken any damage yet. Also, I opened a treasure chest that contained nothing. How exciting. Okay. Levitatium, don't need. I'm not entirely sure we know about McDonald's. But their phrase is, I'm loving it. The person who made the slogan could be loving it. Like, that's not necessarily a lie. Like, I could believe that someone out there is loving it. I don't know if what they're loving is the McDonald's. I mean, from the fact it's their slogan, you'd imagine so, but... I mean, Is McDonald's simply an it? Is that all it comes down to? Like, I thought they wouldn't call their own thing an it, but I mean, maybe they will. Who knows? Corporations are weird, aren't they? Also, that was a bad idea going into there. I looked over to chat for a second and there wasn't even anything there. God, this is what I get for not playing Noita in a while. By the way, John, have you seen the games I put in the game discussion channel, I think? Like, it's what I'm thinking of doing for the Sunday streams, one of those two games. One I've had my eye on for a while. One I've had recommended to me by a friend. They're both like narrative RPG kind of games. I think they could be fun to play. I don't know so much about streaming. Like, I am a little worried they wouldn't really work as a stream. But, I mean, I want to get another game like Disco Elysium where I'm going to stream it for 7 hours and have someone, like, trying to stop me so I go weeks. Like, I want another fun game where it's fun enough to do that to me. Like, not that that's necessarily a good thing, but I want to just have another game where I don't want to stop streaming it. I want to just keep on playing. I cannot fight those guys. I'm gonna die. Okay, I think I can kill them in this. Yeah. There we go. Okay, that somehow's worked out. Oh god, okay, that was almost very bad. We do need a better wand, because I currently don't have anything I can use in, like, even relatively close proximity. Oh, get a chest. I'm still acting as if I'm not allowed to touch the ground. I am allowed to touch the ground now. It is safe. I'm not in danger anymore. That's a good wand. Whenever I take damage, cast a spell. That could be a nice one. I don't entirely know what spell you'd want it on, but it could be a nice one. Do you have any water anywhere? I don't think we've got water, do we? I would like to grab the Emerald Tablet, but I desperately need to put myself, like, out so I'm not on fire. Okay, no, never mind. I ran out of time. It's not good. It's not good. Also, I didn't pay enough attention, so I don't know what the run modifier is. I'm worried. I can say that much with certainty. Like, I don't expect this to go well. Projectile fun field. It's health insurance this run. Okay, that's manageable. That's manageable. Maybe ignore them. I can't fight them. Unless... No, projectiles caught with it turn into lightning. That doesn't help. Mighty Duck. You know what? Yeah, no, that's not gonna work. John, I want to murder the duck. I don't think I can. I want to murder the duck. My hope is he casts a projectile into this, but those eggs don't count as projectiles, I don't think. You can spawn anything with points. I mean, you can spawn a lot of things, not anything. You can spawn many, like, kinds of things. But you can't spawn anything. Are they not working? Temporarily unavailable? You can spawn enemies. Something went wrong? That's weird. Why are they not working? Child points themselves are working, right? No. Child points don't seem to be working at all. Everything's been marked as out of stock. Okay, you've managed to get a sip. Have integration stopped working? Like, yeah, most of them... Okay, that is weird. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. I mean, are you able to put points into the Femboy Friday? Like, I mean, it's not had any points added in yet, but... Like, does that one work at all? I'd imagine it should. I thought... Okay, yeah, you're able to put stuff into that. So it's not the points themselves that aren't working. I mean, I'll try disabling the Noita ones, and I'll turn them back on. I don't know why it would work. It's always worked in the past. Temporarily unavailable. How odd. Like, even the sound alert ones don't seem to want to work. They're out of stock. Why are we out of stock? We have a 1,000 redemption limit. Okay, well, you've managed to get one of the quacks. Why can't I get a quack? I'm really confused now. Like, that one's on cooldown? That one? No, that's... You know, I'm not going to question it. I'm just not going to question it. That's confusing me. I'll leave him on in case he decides to start working again. Like, I haven't messed with it at all. There shouldn't be anything changed to normal. That's going to annoy me, that. Yeah, I can't think what would stop it from working. Sound alerts! Like, if you hadn't just put one on there, I would have had a guess. No, I'm really confused. Also, recursion. Next perk I take will be taken 3 times. That's gonna be chaos. I need to do it. Alright, what I also need is a decent spell. I'm thinking it's probably gonna come down to this. Is this gonna work as a wand? Yeah, that is going to work. I mean, glass cannon 3 times. Could you imagine? Could you imagine? Okay, I am glad this seems to be working though. Okay. Got a wand. It's usable. Let's go. We want to get into fungal caverns. I mean, grade. Oh god, grade would be nice. What wouldn't be good? And ow, I should not have stopped to pick that up. I don't need it. I just felt like it'd be a waste to leave it, and I took a bit of damage from that. God, it's quite a big bit of damage. Okay, need to be careful. Ah, god, electricity. I forgot. Okay, yeah, that's not what careful looks like. God damn, I hate the electricity perk, but passion. I have said it before, but I keep getting it this stream. Like, it is god awful. Unless you have explosion immunity and various other things, it's just a hazard. Like, has electricity ever been something I've had as a genuine concern? No, never, not once. Yet, with the electricity perk, it is. I'm gonna die because I was just firing my wand. Just out of habit. Thank you, that does hit. Okay, just try and make my way out. But yeah, the electricity perk, what do you think, John? Do you think it's a good perk, or do you think it's a detriment as well? Because there's not ever been a situation where, at the forefront of my mind, I've been thinking, oh, if only I had the electricity perk. Because there really hasn't been for me. There really hasn't. Like, yeah, it can be good in some very niche situations. But on the day-to-day, it just does not help. It really doesn't. I'm just sad. Because, like, there's so many other perks which could be good. Like, the thing is, electric immunity I would be fine with. It's the fact it electrocutes other stuff that I really am not happy about. And you get... I mean, we found Piss Chest. And, oh god, I found something I need to pick up. And we need to leave somewhere safe. Where is safe? Safe is inside there. Okay, leave that there. That never pops, then we're fine. God, monster powder is terrifying. And oh no! The urine potions have blown up. Can't believe it. But yeah, monster powder, if you've not encountered it before. You know the boss from the orb room? Yeah, it summons him. Multiple of him. It's bad. It is very bad. Also, I need to be incredibly careful. I can't even fight things properly in here. What do I do? I think I run away. Try and find a better way in. Like, I can fight things in that kind of an area if they come up. Yeah, I need to be careful. Broken wand. Broken wand could be worth grabbing. I'd say that could be a good one. We're getting a fungal shift regardless. So that's nice. Yeah, if I had better spells, maybe I would be able to survive here. Or the vomits changed. Lovely. Okay, I'm just gonna die. Cool, I'm dead because I caught on fire. Thanks, electricity. I love you. Okay, thank God I found some water. I'm really hating electricity today. Like, why did it give me an electricity as the perk? Why not give me something like electric immunity that is not going to get me killed? Like, I understand it's not electricity itself that's really killing me. It's the fire and such caused by it. But, yeah. I hate the perk. I hate it. I just don't want to start as a Thunder Mage. It's been what I've gotten in half the runs today. And I'm really fed up with it. I lose money with health insurance. It's a bad thing. It's American healthcare. Is basically what it is. Okay, we've got a usable run this time, I want to say. I'd be lying if I said I liked it. But it should be usable. It should be usable. Just please let me have a decent run, mods. I need something I can use as a weapon. I need to not have an electricity perk. Because I can't survive with it. Like, I'm sure many people can tell you that electricity is not necessarily a bad thing. They'd be lying though. So, I don't trust those people. Like, I don't think there'd be a single person who stands by it as something they'd want to take. Just something that they can put up. Come on, I'm gonna get into there. I don't like being frozen. It's not ideal. We got rid of one. Get rid of that guy. Okay. Health top up. Or not health top up, health increase. Top up. Increase. I'm gonna say increase. But yeah, that's good. And weightless bullets. You know what? That's an interesting one. I don't think I've had that. That's pretty good. And oh, we've got a sip. Will do. Will do. Alright. Weightless bullets though. I mean, this doesn't do anything. That's just how Bubble Spark works. And oh, they've changed the interface for first time chatters. Brilliant. Do we get rid of the Pedro or do we leave him there? I think we get rid of him, right? He's just the bot. I feel bad getting rid of all the bots every single time. But I mean, in case we ever come back, make them a VIP. And yeah, no, the bot's not getting VIP, David. I don't know why I feel bad, but I really shouldn't. They are literally just bots. They're there to get on your nerves. Like, do people actually buy stuff from them? Like, is that a thing that people do? Like, I've always said I think it'd be sad to buy things from them. Do other people ever do that? And something transformed into blood. That's probably one of the safer things to transform into. I'm wanting to guess copper, maybe? I could see it being copper transformed into blood. Bit of a boring one if that's the case, but I mean, it's safe. It's not like blood turning into acid or anything as horrific as that. It's also not blood into pea soup. Which, I mean, would be fun. Like, I do miss that one run we had where everything became pea soup. I'm never gonna forget it. It's one of the most memorable Noita runs I've had. Like, I don't remember much of it, other than the pea soup. I don't think it's copper. What would it be then? Because I saw a tiny patch of it on the ground. Could it have been, like, grass or something? It might have been steam. It could have been steam. It wasn't oil. We've got oil just here, I'm pretty sure. I'll find a bigger patch. Yeah, not oil, not toxic sludge. It's not grass. Soil? I think soil can be transformed. It's a bit of a rare one. It doesn't happen often. How are you doing, by the way, David? You doing good? I did mean to ask, but got distracted. I do hope you're doing well. I appreciate you coming by, as usual. It's always nice having regular people to talk to. Like, I don't ever care about getting big or anything on Twitch. I like recognising people who come by. It's a lovely feeling. Just have, like, people you know. Anyway, what have we got here? That is loot. Doing well. Busy I'm over doing DIY. I mean, is there a better state to be in for, well, yeah, there is for DIY, but I mean, is there a more fun way to do it? Well, there probably is as well. It's an interesting way to do DIY. Well, hungover. Assuming you're just working in your house again. And you're getting close to having it done by now, because it's been going on for quite a while. Imagine, like, you must be close to having it done. Like, I think last time I asked, you were... There's something to do with your bathroom, wasn't it? The bathroom which has a fireplace, for some reason. Still nowhere near done. I mean... Have you made progress at least? I hope you've made progress, and you've not just been undoing work that had been done, but had been done badly, or something of that nature. And yeah, fair enough, Holy Bomb. That's about what I expected. Holy Bomb always does that. I don't think there's any way to survive Holy Bomb, normally. I'll have one room in a week after next. Ooh. That'll be good. Is that like a big room that you're gonna have plastered? Or is that gonna be just like a room? So I'm assuming like you're gonna tackle bigger jobs first. Although I could be wrong there. I mean, I know that's how I do it, so I am just assuming. And, ooh, chaotic polymorphine. That's a nice find. Okay. We're gonna win this run. I'm gonna play as carefully as I can. Within reason. I'm still gonna try and make it fun. Try and play carefully. We're gonna do well. It's all good. The boats have turned themselves off, I've just noticed. Options. Go. And here we are. Boats. There you go. You can vote on the run modifier now. That's all good. Maybe your nerd rooms can stop working. Playing games in the same room. Fair enough. It's kind of like how some people have a study or something if they work from home, so they can separate work from other stuff. But for you, you're separating games. Which, I mean, yeah, fair enough. Is it just going to be for, like, computer games, or is it going to be for, like, board games and such? Or what kind of games do you do? I'm kind of curious. I know some people have, like, proper games rooms where you get, like, a big table and something inside, like some stools or chairs or something. We just use that room for whenever they have a games night with friends or whoever who are also into for board games. But if you don't want to share exactly what's in your house, like, feel free not to. I am just being nosy. But yeah. Like, I mean, personally, I think if I ever, like, had enough money, like, to get a decent house and all that, like, I mean, I'm just a broke uni student currently, so yeah, that's quite far off me having the idea of owning my own house and doing it up. I think I'd quite like to have a, like, room solely dedicated to doing, like, board games and that. To do, like, D&D or, I mean, of course, the classic Settlers of Catan, just in the one room with my friends. I will say, never played Settlers of Catan. So, the home office separate from where you have your personal computer. All your nerdy electronics. Fair enough. Fair enough. I think once you got that done, you'd be doing your streaming again more regularly, or are you just gonna keep doing it as you are now, just whenever you have a spare moment, you'll do a bit of streaming? Because I think that's what you're doing right now anyway. Could be wrong, you could just be doing it when you have a fantasy for it. I mean, I will need to try and come along. Like I said before, I think a few streams ago when I saw you last, I need to try and come by your streams. Like, you are kind enough to come by mine, so I want to try and come by yours as well. Keep you company also. Like, return the favour and all that. Because I really do appreciate people coming by. Like, it really does get lonely streaming on your own. So I'm happy to just be friendly and try and help out other people where I can. Don't think it'll ever be regular just when you have a game. I mean, fair enough. Fair enough. I mean, keeping it as a hobby is good. I kinda decided, because I had not much else better to do, to turn it not really into a job because it doesn't pay me, but like to try and like do it regularly with like a set schedule and everything. I don't know why I immediately decided to do that, like as soon as I started to find that I was enjoying streaming. Like, arguably it would have been better for like my mental health during uni to not do that, but I do just like having people who know when I'm streaming, they come by regularly, stuff like that, like I've been saying. Like, it is nice to just have a community. I do appreciate like all the people in it. Like, they're all lovely people, except John. Like, he's one exception. Maybe Fuke too. I'm sorry, John. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Okay, what did you say in the chat? You redeem things. No, what John's asking is it working to redeem things? 'Cause it's not working for some reason. It says it's temporarily unavailable for myself and for John. Like, found the homunculus one. Like, does that work? No, something went wrong. Yeah, like, I don't know why the channel points don't seem to be working. Like, I don't know why they wouldn't be available. They very much should be available. It's not that it's out of stock, it's just it's not working. It's weird, because some of the channel points are. Like, we have the SIP that's Johnston, we had a Quack as well before. Like, it should be working out, and I'm really confused, and, I mean, quite possibly perplexed by it. But yes, thank you, John, for the example. But yeah, it's an odd one. I don't know why it wouldn't be working. Like, within all reason, it should be. Like, it's always worked before this. It's just suddenly decided, no. Also, explosive spells means that's gonna kill me, isn't it? Is this more destructive? I mean, it might be more destructive. I'm trying to dig out that so I can hollow it out while I have explosive spells on. There we go. Dig it out a bit more, and a little more still. And yeah, that's it. One day we'll come back to this. Might not even be this stream, but one day we will. I'll be honest. I mean, I'm gonna take mushroom clouds. I don't know what this does. A nuclear joke, apparently. I don't know if it's actually a nuke, or if it's just an effect, or what. Do we test it out? Is it worth just almost definitely ruining the run to test it out? I'm really tempted to say yes. Do we? Like, you don't come across it often. You really don't. Like, if I could find the trigger to put it on, I mean, I'd be a bit happier, but we're gonna fire it off with this. Fire it far side. That created weird fungus. Well, that was interesting. I didn't see the damage readouts because I was trying to be careful, but I mean, I don't know what it did. For a single use, it was far less destructive than I thought it would be. I thought it'd be like blow up literally everything in the rendered area. Well, who am I to complain? I'm not dead. Like, I created weird fungus. Killed all the fish. Did it just offset the water temporarily? It did. Also, blew open this. Does it drop an item, which then explodes when it comes in contact with something? Maybe it hit a fish? Like, maybe? Like, it might be kind of like a dropper bolt kind of situation. I could see that maybe being the case. I'm a bit skeptical, but I could see it being the case. Anyway, let's take Perk Lottery. I do like to gamble. And what do we do from here? Kind of curious. If I do that, that does move out a bit further. But I could make this usable as a weapon. On the other hand, though, I mean, I could do this, which is also usable as a weapon. I'm gonna do the latter. Like, this seems more, like, up my alley, I guess you'd say. Don't know whose alley I'm going up, but apparently my own. And, oh god, I had polymorphine. I should have polymorphined out. Okay, that's fine. I'll need to remember that next time. Oh, that's something down there I wasn't expecting. Just toxic sludge immediately. And he did a mild genocide. So, I mean, I'm glad we're all on the same page. But yeah. What exactly did get polymorphed earlier? It was something got turned into blood, wasn't it? And it was visceral, I think. Like, I can't quite remember, but I think it was. I hope it was, otherwise I'm wrong. I don't like the idea of being wrong. Yeah, with everything having been genocided, this should be relatively safe for the moment. God, I didn't know genocide created blood. It's quite a disturbing scene to come across, isn't it? Just the walls soaked with blood, just as you're passing through some coal mines. It's almost reminding me of Witcher. Also, random letter. Plus, copy of the next spell. I mean, sure. That's usable. Also, just murdered him. Is a reason why I like the... what you call it? Plasma cutter. It just murders. It really does. Also, this is rather terrible. I'll take it over this one. But I'm not going to be happy about it. Yeah, that boss was there. Okay, we're no longer in a safe space. You need to be careful of this as well. Because it's currently casting an extra plasma cutter. I don't want to run into that. Especially since I've got the glass cannon modifier on the run. That'll be a very bad end if that happens. Let's just go for a dig, and ooh, we've found our way through. Okay. I hadn't expected that to be quite so soon. Well, down goes that guy. He had a good one, so I'll grab that. Yeah. Yeah, I'm quite happy with this one. It's just exactly as it is. This is looking quite good. I do have to say. Can I even damage these guys? Their gravity field? I think I can. Looks to be about doable. Also, I can just sit down apparently. It's a lot nicer being able to sit down. Just, come on. Guess him. And gravity field's in, run out. That's fine. Lovely. Toxic sludge, no. Get rid of him, because I don't like that guy. He's been the cause of my death, I think, at least one time this run. Can't remember quite how many times. At least one, though. At least one. And that is more than enough reason for me to dislike him for the rest of this stream. Yeah, looks like we've got a decent amount of health now as well. And... okay, that... was that summoned from the wand? I don't know if I'm just going daft, but I think that... like, is he an invisible entity who just picks up a wand and uses it? Is that how he works? I could see that. Votes. What, vote's not working? Like, I know you summoned the guy, but I swear it picks up a different wand. Like, I picked up the one on the pedestal, didn't it? Like, I could be wrong. Like, I could just be going daft, but I swear. I mean, I have just found the Glock. It's Desert Eagle, but I'm gonna take it. It's a fun one. It's a fun one. Let's just shoot some things in our silly wizard game. My god, it's stupid. I love it. It's stupid. Painful gold. Okay, be careful for a moment. This is fine. What are you thinking of, like, the webcam, by the way? I've panned it so it's looking slightly further down than usual. Like, I don't know whether that's something people want. And, oh, no, we're running away. We're running away slightly. There we go, we got rid of him. And Ah, yeah, painful gold, I forgot. Well, that was a good run. There's a lot that happened. And then painful gold got me. God damn it. God damn it all. It's things like painful gold that are more likely to catch me out. I'm not gonna remember it's a thing. Like, I'm just bad at remembering. Alright, well, I'll be fine this time, right? This is all good. And get a potion in there, ambrosia. I download a mod which lets me drink this. That just gives me food poisoning. So I know there was a mod which let me do that. But yeah, no. I'm not able to eat ambrosia for its effect. Makes sense, because it would be very overpowered if you could. I can see why past me came to the decision that was not a mod we needed. Okay, this time the run's gonna go well. I know last time I told you I was gonna be careful, then ran into all the money after getting excited from killing a boss. This time it's gonna go well. Possibly. Why am I digging down here? Seems like a bad idea. Especially considering we found, like, the anti-gravity dude. Is he hurt, by the way? No, he's just anti-gravity. Or low gravity. It's not really anti-gravity, is it? Still like him. He's a cool man. He looks dangerous, but he does just float around. I've put an empty wand in experiments. Once ghosts use it because it's empty, it'll continue to spawn ghosts. Use that to trick kill and get ghosts. Okay. So you can get gold by killing ghosts that you summon. That sounds like a cheat. I'm not going to do that, but I appreciate you letting me know. That's an interesting little thing you can do. I just need to kick these in. You know what, just watch it fizzle. There we go. Come on, one last fizzly bone. There we go. Very therapeutic, but you've got to give it a chance, don't you? That's unstable teleporting. I thought that was something different, but that's fine. I thought that was concentrated mana. That's what it's called. This is fine though. We're still fine. We're not dead yet. I need to get money. Money matter. Kinda. He matters. Kill him. Yeah, please kill him. Come on. Get him. Tentacles can pierce. We created slime. And now he's dead. Would be little on the careful side. And do I want it? It's alright for a floor 1 wand. I'll take it. That was dangerous. Apparently there was acid stuck in there. I didn't think there was. Slime Aura could be alright. I don't know if I want that. I'll take a Giga Slime Ball. That sounds fun. Also, I'm just not going to acknowledge the help we've been left on, but that's fine. We don't need to have it acknowledged. Alright. What can we find? I mean, we've got enough money. We could just go down. I just go down? That seems boring. That seems boring to me. I'm not going to go down. Let's just head up this way. Come on. Dig on through. Okay. We can murder them. Is this one firing 2 spells simultaneously? It looks like it is. Yeah, it's double tentacles, right? It's not supposed to be casting 2 of them simultaneously. There should be a delay. I am confused. I'm not going to question it, but I am confused. That works in my favour, however. I don't have, like, double spell, do I? No. What would cause that? I don't know what the vote was for the run modifier. I don't pay attention to votes. I do my best not to. Just to make this more interesting for myself. Like that one there was a speedy movement. I've noticed that. My ones were improved. I'm aware, but like it doesn't reduce the cast lead, does it? Well, it increases cast lead. Why am I casting 2 at once? Like you are seeing that I'm casting 2 at once, aren't you? I shouldn't be, I don't think. Should very much be delaying here of about, I mean, 0.8 seconds roughly. Is that right? Yeah, 0.8. 0.79. But yeah, about 0.8 seconds between them being cast. I'm casting 2 at the same time. I'm seeing it recharge. Oh no, it just casts 2 spells at once. I'm an idiot. Genuinely an idiot. Oh, brilliant. Yeah, that's fine, John. That's fine. Alright. What are we up to? Why am I digging around up there? I don't need to go up there. What I need to do is get back down. Murder you. Be a bit careful. Don't be too careful, it's fine. Duck myself into the water. You've got to jump in some water occasionally. And continue to make my way through. Now, I should try and use this at points. And, oh, money appeared out of nowhere. Life back, you money. But yeah, get even more by kicking this into things. It's the way that God intended it. Oh, we got some healing. I think some of that healing healed the light, but I won't say no to a bit of healing. It's been quite nice. Now, if I try and get that to fall down here. Yeah, that's not worked. I do want to dig into there and let the water out. I don't know why, but I always want to do that. It's a bad idea. Like, it just ends up flooding things. But it's fun, on the other hand. Because, I mean, who doesn't like the idea of just draining water out of something? Is that not... No, that doesn't sound very fun to most people, I don't think. It sounds fun to me. It sounds fun to me. There we go. Sans time. I mean, I'm not going in. I'm just draining out the water. I do appreciate you, like, doing sans time, but it's not going to do much. I mean, it might help slightly with draining water. Might even block that in. Who knows? I think I might be blocking that in, actually. I think it might have done the opposite of what you meant. I'll leave it a minute. I mean, I do want the extra health, yes, but I can't see. So, I'm not going in there just yet. Because, I mean, if I go in, it's going to be, like, absolutely nothing visible. Like, I won't be able to do anything in there. It will literally be pointless. It'll be easier to dig. Yes, you're not wrong. I'm still going to dig into it. So, like, I'm not going to complain. But, I mean, I feel my system before about worked out, right? Okay, dig up this and... Ah, no, that one also helps quite a lot. Yeah, I'm just going to leave that be. I'm not going to go into there. Because, I mean, we won't be able to find anything. Unless, can you see the particle effects from the health pickups? I don't think you can. No, that's just going to result in me getting lost. No, we're not doing that. That's a stupid idea. Bad me. Don't do that. Just head on through here. Got plenty of money. Plenty of health. And got some fish. Now we can get bees. We can get charm and toxic sludge. And the rest of that is terrible. Lovely. Tinker ones everywhere. Yeah, definitely needing that. God almighty, my ones are terrible. Like, legitimately terrible. Slime Aura could be fun. I mean, biggest slime bomb. Does that actually create slime or toxic sludge? It does. You know what? As much I got on at this one, could it work? Like, I think this could work. Okay. This is going to be an odd one. I kind of need to get Toxic Immunity if I want it to work well. But, like, as a backup, I think that's sensible, right? I think that's sensible. God damn you for immediately lunging at me. Yeah, we're gonna be fine. We can just do some digging and whatnot. We're all good. Just make my way through and go some toxic sludge. I will try this out if I can. How much damage does that do? Not a lot, actually. I thought it would do more. Like, it's a big old explosion. I think that was 13 damage? Okay, yeah, 13 damage. That was as much as I at least expected. Can I change how many times and how often point rewards are used? I mean, I'll change it if you want. It's supposed to be you get it once a minute, and you're supposed to be able to get it like up to any amount of times per stream. Like, I've not given it a max unless they've changed how this works. In which case, try spawning a bomb. I know that's not a good thing to be saying, but that's the first one I've just changed. I'm going through, I'm adding in a redemption limit of 1,000 per stream. It's not something we're ever going to hit. And, you've put points towards the Femme Friday. Thank you very much, David. Trying to get me back in that maid outfit. Thankfully, most people haven't noticed that as a thing. It's been on, like, since the start of the month. But yeah, like, it's gonna get filled eventually, isn't it? Okay, has that fixed anything? It's not fixed a single thing, me adding in the limit. I don't know how to fix it, John, I'm sorry. I'd like to be able to fix it, don't get me wrong. It's not that I'm trying to not fix it. It's just that it's not working, and I don't even know where to start to fix it. Because, like, it shouldn't be broken in the first place. It's worked up until now. I haven't changed anything, why would it break? Like, if it was a piece of hardware or something, I could understand. But it's not a piece of hardware, it's software. Like, it reasonably should work consistently. Should it not? Like, the way it works is the point of redemption itself doesn't do anything to the game. The game looks at the chat and says, oh, this thing's been redeemed. This is the thing that the streamer, myself, has bound as the redemption to spawn in a bomb or whatever. Like, I could show you all the config stuff if you really want. But it should just spawn stuff in. There shouldn't be anything fancy about it. Also, guided shots are really fun. Like, it's nothing fancy I've set up, it is literally just the, I think, Twitch extended mod looking at the chat that the game already reads, displays it up there. It's just saying, oh, this is what's supposed to happen when this is redeemed. Like, that is it. There's no fancy shenanigans other than that. Like, I'm just sad. It should be working. It should be. But it's just refusing. I don't blame it. I don't exactly treat it well. But, I mean... It should work. I'm just confused. I'm just confused. Spells to black holes. That's a bad one. Let me just do a quick test. Okay. That's gonna mean I can't fight things. But thanks to the repulsion field, it's also just going to make a mess. Revenge tentacles are black holes. That was an interesting time. Seems the modifier's run out now. That was an interesting one, wasn't it? Oh, rats, just murder you quick. Okay, wand, what art thou, wand? Nothing good. Okay. Here's what I want to try. Is this gonna work? Any capacity. Also, that is a very nice chest. Can I just be up the chest, please? There we go. Open it and plant seed fungal soil. Ah, that is literally nothing of use other than the max health. I mean, max health on its own is nice. I'm not complaining. But how does this work? It's a shuffled wand, so it doesn't. Works. I should have known. How does that work? That doesn't control after it's been fired. Okay, I was just messing around a bit, that's fine. Put things back to how they were. Maybe do this. I mean, because of projectile repulsion field, it makes the guided thing much harder to do. But it should in theory work. Right? Like, in theory. Not in practicality, just in theory. Or not practicality, actuality, I believe is what I meant to say. But yeah, let's just keep on going. That one down there wasn't any good. We want to get to fungal caverns. I mean, we've got plenty of health. I ideally want to get a new wand. It's not necessary, but it would be ideal. Because I know you can get some fun, unique ones here. Like, I think my favourite wand I've ever come across was the one that always cast rainbow effects on it. Like, that was just fun. Like, random status effects in every single projectile ever cast from a single wand. Like, it's chaos. I love chaos. Who doesn't love chaos? Especially when it's in Noita. And Hisi Rain. I mean, that's not a good one. No. Because their projectiles are quite fast, my repulsion fields don't do anything. I'm gonna need to find a different way out than the way I came in. I mean, I could kill them. But I don't trust myself enough to do that reliably. I do want to go further in. Can I not destroy that little lump of something? Apparently not. It's a shame, but we're gonna manage. We're gonna manage. We're just having a dig, as you do. Yeah, be careful here. Looks to be about safe. And more max health. Lovely. Also, what the hell are you? Why do you have a shield of some kind? Ah, we've found a reason to run. We're leaving. I'm not thinking I can fight that thing. Just let it die best I can to its own devices. Just run away. I would love that chest in there, but like hell, am I going to be able to reliably do much around this guy? Okay, just jump in and out of the water and worm blood concoction. We can do this. I can't do this if he comes up at me. I need to go back into fungal caverns. I need to kill this guy. Go away, sniper. Ah, he hit me. Please, don't murder me. This run's going half decently. Okay. Oh, thank Christ I got it. How the hell did I not die there? Thank you very much for the extra mana, by the way. That really helped. Oh, Christ. This game's fun, but it's very stressful. I need a moment to just sit still, get my levitation juice, and now run. Okay. We're fine. We're fine. Is that healthium? That is healthium. Let's just dip my toes in. Oh god, I needed that. Got a guy with a laser. I've got more health. I'm assuming that was from like Healthy Rain or something. I can't remember. I kinda got distracted by that big guy. That has worked out in the end, somehow. There we go. Circle of Life. Where did that appear? Did it appear inside the ground? I think so. That is a shame. It would be nice to have got even more healing. Oh. Non-shuffle. Big wand. Could it be something good? I mean, this early fungal cavern probably not, is what I was about to say. That's a fun one. It's not a good one, but it's a fun one. How is this gonna work? Just like add bees everywhere. Just only bees. I could do guided projectile, but thanks to the projectile repulsion field I started with, it's gonna be going too fast to do anything. I've also noticed it just casts 12 spells at once. So this is... I need to do a test. Does that cast 12 of those fireballs in that one space? I think so. I think that is what's happening. I'm worried to test it out. I'll keep that in reserve. It runs out mana for the bees. I mean, yeah, it's not got the most mana. But, I mean, I don't have anything cheaper, do I? I mean, not really. It's not the fastest one, so I kind of want to be able to keep it reliable, if not good. Let's get rid of the bees? That only casts the one spell then. Like, I see what you mean, but the 2.6 second recharge time, I don't think that's worth it. I think I just get as much as I can in the one shot. Just use it as a reliable source of lots of damage. I mean, guided would be cool. You know what? I'll do a test. I'll do a test in case it works. I do need to get rid of him. You know what? Just use the last of that wand. He's teleported away. Okay, bees are... we don't need... well, Hellfire could be fun. We don't need time compression. I like bees, so I'm keeping them. Like, is this working? Like, it doesn't look to be working too well. It's influenced by my aim. Because it already has velocity to itself, doesn't quite work. What could work is this, where that doesn't work. Okay, so it doesn't follow my aim. It is simply an influence where I will try and arc towards it. I'm really confused. It's an interesting one. Yeah, I thought it was one where it was bound to my cursor as well. And I thought my projectiles were just too fast to get influenced by it, but no. It's something different entirely. Anyway, I want to get into that. I had to be careful, just in case it decided it wanted to be an electric stone. I mean, it still could work. The guided aim. Like, let me think. If I do... I really don't need bees, do I? But, I mean, I want to keep them. I want to keep them. Like, save the planet and all that. How would that... Get duck. I do like the idea of making it a duck as well. Like, that makes it about... Follow my cursor, like, in a really roundabout way. Like, I can about guide it. It's not easy, but I think I can guide it. Does it follow based on where my character's looking? It seems to. Not in relation to where my... Okay. So I remote control it. Kinda like, you know the little... I don't know if it's an Easter egg you'd call it, but the little... like, go-karty thing you can get. Just by the lava lake. I think it's somewhat similar to that. It seems to be. So, if I'm thinking about that correctly, I mean, Poison Trail's not good. But I think I can use this and have it work well. That's actually a really good one. It's about to pass it up, but no. Do I care about this? I really don't. I really don't. Polymorphine, I've got Tinker anywhere, so I don't need that. Rainbow Wand. Oh, we got the Rainbow Wand. The Rainbow Wand is god-awful broken. Like, look at that. With a max mana, it's not gonna be horrendous. But, I mean, it's gonna be fun. Okay, I mean, I'll salvage the tentacles in a second. Just bees. Bees are all you need. It's like that song by the Beatles. It's definitely what the song is. All you need is bees. This is chaos. This is gonna be chaos in a second. Can this wand kill me? No. I don't believe so. It's only the spells inside it that can. Literally, if I drop it on the ground, I'll read you out things. Random modifier. Now, that part can kill me. I believe one of the modifiers can pick is... I guess orbital nukes is what it's called. Very low chance. Also random status effects. If I get explosion immunity, that is a lovely one. I mean, I need explosion immunity for it to really work, and oh, that's bad. What's happened? It doesn't look as bad as I thought it might be. That's the guy who creates earthquakes from over there. Be careful of him. He's earthquakes himself, that's good. You know what? Now's the perfect time. He's in there. Let's see. Remote controlling this. Okay. I figured out how this works. So is remote control based on where my character's looking. So if I fire directly up, it continues to move up. Is it at all affected by gravity? It still is affected by gravity, so you can't fire it directly to the side. This is an interesting thing. I quite like that. I'm really fond of it. Now, it would be maybe nicer to have, like, guided shot and duck separate. I don't know how we'd separate them. Look, you can just make it do loop-to-loops as it falls down. I figured out how this works. I'm really worried about the bees. I'm gonna fire it once. Okay, but I didn't do anything too bad. Thankfully it wasn't the nukes. If I can just get myself, like, something, though, like, as some kind of explosion immunity, like exploding corpses, I believe, and explosion immunity both grant, like, immunity to explosive damage. If I can get that, oh, I'm all set. I mean, I can maybe get some fire, but that wouldn't be too bad. And oh, max health, thank you very much. This run's shaping up quite well. But yeah, this is the chaos spot. I think the time I had it last, what did I have on it? Was it bees? No, I think the last proper run I had like skulls which homed in on enemies. And short range homing. It was good. It was good. Also, I should really drink some warm blood if I'm here. Was option 4. I believe that is the stone that turns stuff into feces. Yes. It's not the most interesting vote. It doesn't really do much in a grand scheme of things, but I mean, I wouldn't fault you for wanting it. I wouldn't fault you. And, I mean, Berserkim's going to be bad for things I'm fighting. Good for me. Let's see. Can I figure this out? Yeah, there we go. We got him. Honestly, this is a really interesting thing. The guided shots. I'm happy I picked it up and learned how it works. Never resist the broken one. I mean, I'm resisting it until it's not going to kill me. Because I have seen it do nukes as a thing. And having nukes as just a small random chance, I don't know if I like. Magic Light, I do enjoy the idea of. Fungal disease, homunculus are bad. Barrage. Now, here's the thing about barrage. It's fun. Is it good? Not necessarily. What it does is, rather than casting that one really nice exploding projectile there, it would cast several smaller ones, adding up to slightly more damage altogether. Yeah, it's I think modded perk. Like, altogether, it doesn't do a lot more damage, but it's a lot more projectiles. So, for example, if those projectiles had modifiers, for example from this, that could be very powerful. However, I'm using something else. Segmentation! No, I'm not passing up segmentation. We're taking it. Like, yeah, really reduces your max health, but in 25 health segments, I now regen health. Like, if I drop below 225, that'll be the new point I regen up to. And then, like, 200 below that, then 175. So I don't want to drop too much health, but I can be a bit more risky now. Still need to be careful of this one. I really want to use it, but we need immunity to it. Have I just given myself some Horcruxes? I mean, essentially, like, it reduces my max health, but it makes it far harder for me to die. Like, it's gonna be good. It's not gonna be broken, but it should be good. It should be good. Now, the only thing I'm a little concerned about is if I accidentally switch over to that one, but also if I get attacked by a large group of enemies. Because currently, I wouldn't survive against a large group. Like, I've just lowered below 225, regened up to, like, I should be okay, but it's hard to aim. Ah, it's a bad guy to come across, run away. Run away. That's fine, we're just moving. Okay. Am I safe here? I'm really not safe. Which way's better? This way. It's not looking great. I want to kill that guy up there. I can't quite see where he is. I have a rough idea of where he went. I can't see him. God, it's hard in the heat of the moment to actually make use of the guided projectiles modifier. Like, if I'm in a safe spot, I can use it quite well. Like, just watch this. There he goes. But, I mean, I can't in the middle of combat make good use of this. That sounded like him... No, he didn't die, must have just taken damage. Come on. Kill him, will you? There he is. There he goes. I'm sorry I have to be quiet for a moment when doing that. It takes some concentration to guide that. It maybe isn't the best thing to use on stream. It's fun though still. Like, don't get me wrong. I can just murder him with ease from a distance. It's lovely. God, yeah, this... Like, segmentation. Like, it's a godly perk. I think another good one to go with it is, I believe, Honey Blood from the more Bloods mod or whatever. That lets you regen health if you are, I think, below 25% health. Can't say with certainty that is where it draws a line. Speed increase the further away it is. No, it doesn't. I hate those things. I'm never going to be able to spot one of them. But yeah, no, I think it just gets harder for me to control it when it's nearby. You've just summoned the Steve, haven't you? You summoned the Mega Steve. Oh, God almighty. Okay, yeah, use that knockback to run. Yeah, we're moving. I don't care about him. We're leaving this area. God almighty. Imagine just spawning a Mega Steve on someone. How could you? Alright. From here... I mean, damage per bounce. Could be nice. I need to get the explosion immunity. It was a poly, was it? I mean, it still wasn't very fun to have to try and deal with. And, damn. Okay. Projectile duplication. It's a good one. I like it. People will get on at me for liking it, but I like it. We need a lot more money. Also, we have teleportium, so I'm going to go dump that in the hourglass in this area. So that should be fun. So to find the hourglass is all. I don't even know what happens when you do it. All I know is it needs teleportium that makes a portal somewhere. Is it a good portal? Is it a bad portal? I mean, who knows? Probably a fair few people, but not me. That's the whole point I was trying to make. Yeah, projectile duplication is going to come in handy, I feel. Also, that's unstable polymorphine. Stay out of that. I've also got Berserkium. I'm assuming that was a ghost of some kind did that. So, I mean, that might help. Are you just going to let yourself die down there, John? Where, John? I mean, the projectiles are too fast for me to really do much, but I guess that guy ran into you to die. I need to lend a hand. Okay. And, ooh, that was a genocide. I didn't see the number. That looked like 7 million damage. That's a good amount of damage for genocide, and we just... I found the spell I really liked from before. Okay, this is changing things. I'm safe here, aren't I? Because we just got a genocide. Sit in here for a moment. 1, 2, 3. 1. And we need another super. There we go, right? Having... I mean, I've never really used it properly. Oh, are these too expensive? Boo! Okay, back to bees. I still like the screeching skulls, we're gonna use them. But, I mean... That's a shame. That's a shame. Bees it is. Okay, if I do this, that's fine, right? Like, these are the skulls I mentioned, which home in on enemies. I think it's slightly different to what I was thinking of. I think what I found didn't have much of an explosion like that, didn't really set things on fire. But yeah, that's going to be fun. Take that instead of this one. Grab my shovel. And off we go. On some shovel-related adventure. I'm sure. It's not going to be shovel-related, I can promise you that much, but... I mean, it could be. Maybe, like, doing shovel nights, but in Noita. Also, that's a shop down there. But I do want that. Skulls, I think, could actually work with guidance, actually. That is a good point. I'll need to give that a go at some point. I'm going to need to give that a go. I mean, I can give it a go right now if I really wanted, but, I mean, I'm not going to. Also, this is... fine? Yeah, just hiding here, I'm fine. What's this? Anti-shield. Slowly saps nearby energy shields, including my own. So things that would have shields will no longer have shields. That's boring. We don't need that. What we do need, though, is to dig up that way, I believe. I also need to put myself out. I'm slightly on fire, but I can regen. It's fine enough. In fact, I regen enough to just be allowed to be on fire. Let's check. No. It does still damage me. Got it. That's understandable. Just keep digging my way up. If I'm thinking correctly, the hourglass is up here. Oh god, Hastium. It's already filled with blood. Do I need to take the blood out of it? I wouldn't think so. I don't regen when taking damage, but I thought it might just be when you're out of combat. But I don't take, like, or I regen, like, so long as I'm not fighting anything. I mean, might as well empty the flask. A portal deeper. I don't trust this. What is this? Some of the Mega Saw Blade... Or, sorry. Hyper Summon Omega Saw Blade Deluxe. That's a mouthful. That's a lot of marginally safe Saw Blade. That worm's not going to be good here, is it? Is this a physical place in the world? Where am I in the world, do you think? Also, super grenade? What? What? Since when's a grenade a spell? Okay. Magic arrow with timer. This has been an interesting place. That's been good fun. Okay, a bit further up from Hourglass. I mean, it says it takes you deeper up there. Can't believe it. Did it just lie to me? Portal deeper. Taking me up the way. I really want to use this. I really know I shouldn't, but I really want to. If I can get Steel Blood, I can safely use this. That's going to be a difficult one to get. Alright, with that being done, am I allowed to just go? Like, there's not much in the way of enemies. Am I allowed to just leave? I don't think anyone's stopping me going into the Holy Mountain. Yeah, just Holy Mountain, I guess. I don't want to do that, though. Can I use the Firehead? That wand. Oh, this wand. Yes, actually. My charge speed's high enough that it doesn't matter as long as the max can contain it. But I can put these on. That was a good shout, David. Good shout. That's gonna be fun. It's gonna be chaos, but it's gonna be fun. Also, polymorph creatures. It's not anything too bad, but just be careful. Yeah, there we go. Got it as a 1. These. Is that going faster now? I swear it never used to go quite that fast. Who knows? Yeah, I'm allowed to take a bit of damage. That's fine. I'll heal up. It's all good. We need money. We need money. I need to be throwing this at things. That, I mean, did something. Can I continue to throw this at things? I hope so. That didn't do much. Okay, I kind of got a bit hopeful there. Yeah, how much money was it actually we needed? Like, we probably need a good amount. I don't know what a good amount is. I mean, even more max health. I appreciate you all helping me this time. Like, it is nice. Especially since I've got the regen, like that max health plus is just lovely. It is lovely to have. But 1,500 would be a good amount. Got it. Okay, thank you. I don't know the prices for it. I think it doubles. It would have been 200, 400, 800, like 1,200-ish. I don't know where I left it. Also, I found a new one to use. It's the Nick Cage one. I love it. I love it. Who wouldn't like the Nick Cage ones? Or Nicolas Cage, to those who would like me to use his proper title. It's not really a title, is it? It's just his name. Look at it. Chaos. I love like the snarks and the bees and all the little useless creatures you can summon. This is lovely. This is just lovely. Like, the bees don't home in at all, but they do create chaos, which is good enough by my standards. I've got projectile anti-gravity. It's not ideal. Also, something transformed into silver earlier, and I don't know quite what it was, because I can't remember. It's kind of getting in the way. I hope it wasn't blood. I know blood had a transformation. I'd want to say oil, but I think that's oil up there, isn't it? And like oil down here. No, that's whiskey. Could be oil. Could have been oil. It's definitely not alcohol. Just wait a moment. That's a lot of fire. Safe now? I think we're safe. I should maybe avoid using my wand currently. It's coming out of... I mean, yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough. I would agree with you that oil's a likely candidate. Like when I first saw it, I thought, oh yeah, that's just steel dust. But no, it's not steel dust. So it probably is. And yeah, I want to kill you, if possible. I'm mildly on fire. That's fine. It's not fine if I like stay on fire. There we go. But yeah, we're doing well. Just need to keep on getting money because we need explosion immunity so I can use them even more fun wand. So that one's going to be chaos. I still think I might put bees on it because they add castly the skulls. These reduce castly, which would reduce it beyond the limit of what it needs. Also, because they're a summon, I don't think they actually have a restricted cast time, which is why I'm able to summon that many of them so fast. Which is going well. It is going well. There you go, John. Okay, we're doing a thing. Come on. Just keep firing bees out. There's nothing wrong with firing bees out your wand. I'm not a doctor, but I promise. Nothing's wrong with this. Okay, just pick up the money down here, because I know it fell down. It's a little bit in here. God, I feel bad for all the dead bees everywhere. I do somewhat. What the hell have you done to my wand? I did summon egg on it. Oh no, we've created another chaos wand. Oh no. I mean, sadly once you get so many summons, they stop liking each other. So this is going to be a weird time. This is brilliant. I mean, sadly they don't drop any money, so we're not very useful. But oh, did they find something there? It looks like they did. Also, this is interesting. They drop for spells when they die. I understand that's what happens to enemies, but I don't think it would happen if they're friends to you. Okay. Let's just summon a few extras. There we go. Just avoid that for a moment. We summon a few more. Just to help out. This is genuinely just going to be chaos. I'm loving this. Apparently this guy's not even like a threat because my things aren't wanting to attack him. So that is nice. I maybe want to feel a bit bad about murdering all of them in the past, but I won't. I won't feel bad. Let's just summon some more friends to assist in further murder things. God almighty. Having a summon isn't always cast. And oh, I've got to the surface. Well, that's unfortunate. I think that was Stream Elements, wasn't it? Who died? I think they were involved in a workplace accident, that. They may be entitled to financial compensation. It's a real shame, because they're dead. They can't really claim any. But yeah, that was unexpected. Only you remain, indeed. Okay, that didn't work to kill you off, that's a shame. I thought maybe we could get rid of you. But yeah, this is going to be chaos, this one. Like, as I've just shown. I'm happy to fire it above ground. But, like, it is going to be chaos. Do be aware. Now, how do I get into that? Probably just by doing this. Let me just wait. Yeah, there we go. Extra health. Now, I might as well go to the desert, do the boss in the desert mountain. Or, not desert mountain. Hell am I on about? Pyramids. But yeah. I didn't think it'd be above ground this soon. Right. I wonder. Right, kill you off with these. Yes, I can! Cool, we can get rid of the last homunculus. If we want, which, I mean, there we go. Sorry, workplace accident happened again. Accident, in inverted commas, I'm sorry, John. I'd imagine the, like, Twitch point integration thing still isn't working, though. Ah, it's David. Hello, David. You're a duck. That is alliteration. David the duck. Is he drowning? You okay there, David? I think, like, one of the key characteristics of a duck is that they can at least float. Yeah, the points aren't working, Secker. I don't know why. I'll just turn them off to avoid anyone being disappointed. But yeah, it's a real shame. Like, the ducks, like, just drowning. And I'm just pausing the game so I can turn off points because they don't work. Like, it'd be nice if they did work, but they just don't. You can still use them on, like, sips and whatnot, but that's about it. Yeah, just summon some friends to help out. I mean, if you're in my stream and you're already disappointed, I mean, you're a step ahead of the game. So I'd say you're in the right place if you want to be disappointed further. Okay, that should be enough for now. Just leave that for a moment. Just let things settle. I don't know what's happening. But I'm leaving it be, and assuming it'll all work itself out. But I can just kill these things now. Okay. Hooray! Is the duck still in there? I think the duck died. Looks like it did. I see a duck projectile. There we go. Well, let's leave. These things are killing me because they bleed like lava and such. That's fine, because I could regen health partly. This is chaos. What the hell's happened to this? Let's create a bit more. Like, this used to just be a wand that shot out bees. It now shoots out this mess. And I love the fact it does. Like, look at all these eggs. You could ever not want all of those eggs. I don't know, but you'd have to be mad not to. This is why summon usually has a cap to it. Like, the game doesn't like you summoning as in all these cats. Let's just try and leave it alone. It seems they're happier now. You're trying to shield me, I appreciate it, John. You may be a ghost, but you're trying to help. Let me just... there we go. Just have to summon a few things. Like, I can't not summon things. Like, it's just too fun to create chaos as I pass by. That's too much chaos. Ow. That hurt. That was bad chaos. I almost died to that. Okay, stop summoning things when I don't need to. God, this map's a weird one, isn't it? I don't understand what's going on. I mean, I'm not against it. I don't understand. Let's just, like, keep a friendly projectile about. Here he is. And, oh no, that has an expiration timer. Boo. That's a shame. Still though, this is an interesting run, isn't it? Like, it's not a good one, I don't think. I've got too much crap that just doesn't work. Okay, I'll stick that into there as well. Am I getting boss music? That's not a boss. I'm confused. I'm worried, but I mean, it seems to be stopping, so I should be fine. It's been a weird run. Like between always cast large fireball, the rainbow wand, which I mean, I'm almost definitely gonna die using, but I really want to use because, I mean, look how fun it is. You don't see much of a rainbow because of the flame trails on it. Should maybe switch it back to the bees? No, don't go back to the bees. It's a silly thing to mask all those bees in a multicoloured fashion. It also does just give me a weird trail. I don't know where this comes from. I've got it. Okay, make my way up here. I'm gonna go fight the boss. I've got 75 health. If I die, so be it. I'm mostly dead because I summoned too many things. I'll maybe summon a few things this next time, but not as many as before. Also, can I get up there? Ooh, cheese! I like cheese. I'll eat that. That gives me health. I don't need a lot. I just need to eat the tiniest smidge of cheese. And then I can just use the segmentation to heal up to full. Just, I'm a bit stuck is all. Okay, I've eaten a little more. That's fine. Eat a bit more. Still going strong. Can I escape, please? Game. Let me get out of the cheese. It's the worst thing about the cheese chest is you just get stuck inside a cheese. Okay, I think I'm fine now. Just keep eating tiny bits of cheese. We'll need a little bit of healing and the rest will be segmentation doing its job. Yeah, there we go. Pretty much back to full health already, and there we are. Full health. Now, I do think I need a slight boost to get up there. So I want to try and leave this. But no, I can just jump from this piece. I'll be fine. Okay, yeah, only just fine, but I did manage to get up. So, I mean, where is this run going? I need to get explosive immunity. If I get that, I'll almost definitely, like, survive when using the fancy rainbow wand, which I'll be able to make into very interesting, if not necessarily good wand. I'll just destroy that. There we go. And, okay. Time to fight Mr. Bossman. Or... is that... Earth? Okay, strength almost killed me. The hell? Have I not been in here since getting mods? Because I don't recognise these things at all. Okay, I've got strength, so I should be able to one-shot him, right? Is he bleeding poison? I think he bled poison. God almighty. Who is this guy? Apparently a slimy thing of some kind. Okay, that was interesting. I'll just try and block these traps if I can. Come on. This is a real pain to navigate. Okay, I'm about dealing damage to that. There we go. Anything else? I mean, I've got the orb up there. I can hear the orb. I maybe should have grabbed that first. Oh well, let's fight the boss. Let's just get a bit of help. And now we hide down here. This is madness. I love this. I don't think I'm able to actually hit him half the time. I don't know what's going on entirely, but I mean, it seems to be about working. This is such a bizarre run I've got. Just summon a few more friends, why not? I'm trying to freeze him. Okay, he's opened up. Can I hit him? Yes, I can. Okay. Just need to wait for him to actually open. We can do this. I'm gonna start dripping out. That's not ideal, but I can... Ow, that hurts. Okay. What the hell's going on? Go hide up here. I'm on fire. That's bad. Get myself out. Ouch! The bench tentacles really bloody messes that up, doesn't it? I'm about dead from my own bloody summons. I knew they weren't the best idea. I thought it would be funny though. God damn it. I can still get this in on him. This is fine. I've still got things the other side attacking him. Why did I blow myself up with that? I don't get it. Okay, maybe if I hide up here, I'll be better. Got reflect melee. I could just run into him currently. That might help. Yeah, that's maybe helping. It's not going to help much. Okay, come on, we can do this. I kind of need him to open up, which means I'll need to, like, yeah, get somewhere within his range, I'd imagine. Okay, why does that explode sometimes? I really don't understand. Like, if it wasn't for that exploding, this would be completely fine. Like, I would never have had my summons die on me. Like, do I have a chance here? I want to say yes. The acidy guy up there. Get rid of him. I think I'm hitting random pixels. I mean, maybe? Maybe. I could see that being the case. Alright, I think that's it. That's us. It gives me more health. Gives me a wand. I'm on fire. I almost died because of that. And, oh god, that is not good. Kind of hoping for a good wand or something. But no, it's pretty awful. Still don't know why this thing appears, by the way. Like, I'm not gonna question it. It's from, like, the rainbow wand, I'm pretty sure. Well, part of it would do that, but, I mean, I'm fairly certain it's from that. But not kill him. Okay, now that's not gonna do much. Come on. There we go, managed to hit him. And time to heal up to full with some help from cheese. Like, this is lovely, this cheese chest. Like, mixed between these two regens mean I just heal extraordinarily fast. Like, if I could survive Cursed Rock, I think that might be how you do it. Like, with a bit of cheese. As well as, like, the segmentation perk. I keep wanting to call it segregation. It very much is not that. Like, that is a very different thing. Also, have I just got a ghost following me? Yeah. How do I kill this thing? Can my summons see it? Yes. It gives me a better idea of where it is. And they managed to kill it off. Lovely. And regen field. Not something I really need, but I do appreciate it. Do we keep the run going or do I end the stream? It's been about 3 hours. I normally end the stream after 3 hours. I'd be fine continuing. I don't think it's a particularly amazing run or anything. However, I do think next week I probably won't be continuing with this. Like, if you look in the game discussion thing, I've said what my plans are. I've got 2 games I'm currently deciding between for which is going to take up the Sunday slot next. Like, both of them are like story-based RPG things. Both look like good fun. I've heard good things from a friend about one of them, and the other one I've had my eye on for a while. But I mean, I haven't decided on it, so if any of you want to have a look and give an opinion, like, feel free. Like, that's entirely up to you, though. I don't know what set me on fire there. I'm gonna go eat some cheese. I think I'll continue this run until we die. I can hang out longer if I plan on staying. I mean, I'll probably stay on. Like, if I'm not going to be continuing this next week, we've got a good run going. I'll see where it ends up. Like, chances are I end up with me just, for a laugh, firing the rainbow wand and it having, like, always... Oh, not always cast, orbital nukes as a modifier. Because, I mean, it is fun to cast. I mean, we don't do a lot. We do explode a bit. And they seem to want to follow around my summons. It's interesting. Other option would be bees. It should be even more chaotic. I like the idea of the chaotic bees. And ooh, swan spell. Not something I think I need, but I mean, I'll take it. Another thing I like the idea of, hyper summon a Mega Sawblade Deluxe. Largely for its name, but that would kill me, wouldn't it? Like, almost definitely that would kill me. Just, like, the rainbow one's so fun, I want to use it. I just need to make my way all the way down, though. I've not really got a flight wand or anything, so it's going to be a really slow journey back to the mountain. I mean, that's fine, that's fine. I'm not going to complain about it. It could be a lot worse. At least I didn't die while fighting that boss. That would have been embarrassing. These guys stopped being friendly because I got too far away. I think they have, you know. Your guidance stopped soft from coming back. That is a very good question. Let's check, shall we? Sawblade, stick that in there. Yeah, that should work well, right? That's just a disc projectile. Wait, take off the duck for a second. Okay, no, that is a giant sawblade still. It does somewhat control it though. It looks to like digging through terrain, which is an interesting one. You know, that could be fun. That could be fun. It makes it usable. I mean, do I? I don't know if I do, you know. It seems like madness, but I do kinda like the idea. I'm not gonna fire it while I have the strength, because that might just end up with me dying. But I'm genuinely curious about that. And also, this seems like I potentially have a way to farm money off of these summons, which is interesting. I don't know which of these are friendly. I'd assume the lack of fighting means all of them. Yeah, just more money, because my summon stops being loyal, apparently. It's interesting. But yeah, I mean, I want to use the saw blade. Like, yes, very much, I want to use the saw blade. These guys, are you friendly? I don't think so. Oh god. Oh, that's gonna create a mess, isn't it? What's happening? Why do I have no frames? You'd absolutely use a saw blade. I mean, yeah, fair enough. If I got a few more frames, I'd be more on board with using the saw blade. I think one of the things here is making everything immortal, which is interesting. Just gonna try and escape. Okay. That was a few more frames I was hoping for. God almighty. Take that back. Frames are gone. I maybe get a frame every second. Oh, that seems to fix itself. What the hell do I do now? I can't figure out what's happening. What's going on? Why would you all do a polymorph when I came back to the summoned creatures? I understand. Like, yeah, it's gonna be chaos, but this isn't doable. I'm just gonna try and escape via other means. This is fine. Just murder things, alright? This is all good. I do like that saw blade. Will very much kill me if I'm not careful, but it's easy enough to keep it fine. The fact it just digs, it really does help. I don't know if it's supposed to be used for digging, but I mean... Wait, is it digging? It digs through dense rock? Wait a second. Is this deleting pixels? Let's test. That's bad. That's very bad. Maybe don't sit down there while doing the test. Okay. Fire that. I know we've got lava trail. Yeah, no, that's not going to prove anything while lava trail's on. I'm wanting to see if it deletes the lava. I'd like to think yes. I'd like to think it does. I don't trust it. I want to think it does. I think it digs through everything. I know it digs through a lot of stuff, yeah. Like we've had that proved here. I'll need to check the Holy Mountain brick as well. It's deleting pixels rather than digging. Then... I mean... That could be very nice. That looks to be deleting pixels. Because of the physical space that occupies. Or is it because I've dug a hole inside of there? I think I might have just dug a hole. Might be what's happened. It's hard to tell. Let's just leave it be. The lava lake's kind of got a few extra holes in it. Probably just as much liquid as before. But this saw, with how I have it set up with guidance, or guided shots, I could go to a parallel world. I'm not going to, because that would be madness. I could. Like that. That's the thing I could do. Like, it seems to be happy to dig. I don't know if it like has a ricochet and then stops digging so well. Like, how's this working? So it seems to be looping back and forth. Like, fire that there. Hold it in place. If I can. Okay, it's coming back. Yeah, no, it seems to switch directions, is what it does. I mean, that makes sense. That's how the Giga Saw Blade and such works. I'm still a bit confused. I mean, confusion It doesn't really matter, because I can just, like, murder people. Oh god. This is a weird run. I'm liking it. This is bloody bizarre. To say the least. Okay, grab that. Didn't really need it, but I'll grab it. And can I get through here? I've got a shovel. Yes, I can get through here. I've got saw blade. Of course I can get through here. Just do that. There we go. I now have a way forward. How lovely. This is a bizarre run. Like I say, I'm enjoying it. Like, I'm not complaining about the fact it's a bizarre run. I'm just confused at how unexpectedly well this is working out with the saw blade. Like, it's not the easiest to aim, but the fact I don't have to worry about it ricocheting to me, that is amazing to have. Like, usually I'd have to worry about the whole, is it just gonna turn back and murder me? Not this time. Also, how far through did this dig? It's really dug quite far. I think that was the edge of the rendered zone. Oh god, these saw blades. They just keep on digging. There's nothing that can stop them. Like, not that I'd want anything to stop them, but there's nothing that can. Like, just what's going on? Okay, apparently it stopped there. Let's just keep on digging. This is chaos. I love this. This is absolute chaos. Okay, dig down here should be the holy mountain, right? Okay. Stop doing that. I can't remember where I teleported from. I think it was this area. Okay, no, gods are angry. I thought maybe I would have been safe, but I mean, yeah, apparently not. Okay, let's give this a try then. If I could have a light on it, that'd be lovely. As it stands, I just dealt 500 damage with ease. It does eat through the gold, it would appear though. That's a downside I hadn't thought of. Anyway, reroll and... bugger. That's not what I wanted. Just kill you off. I mean, upgrade wand. Why not? It's a better wand now. Oh, this is great. Let's go murder the dragon. See just how well we're doing. Like, we've got some scary looking things. Am I all that afraid? I mean, not really. I'm fine with the run ending at this point. I've had enough fun that I'm happy to call this a run. But I'm not gonna just let myself die. Like, come on. Like I do that. Okay, yeah. Might want to fill my water. Ah! Good shout. Good shout. I cannot see because of a stupid line. I don't know what this line is. Like, is it rotating? It looks to be slowly rotating around me. I don't know if that's just me being confused, and yet I'll do a sip, John. Is that line moving? I swear it's moving. Just really, really slowly. Yeah, just moved there. I swear it just moved there. Okay, if it goes to 45 degree... Oh no, is that a 45 degree angle now? If it goes to 90 degree angle, like over that way, then yeah, I'm willing to just say that's the case. Also, it's the first time I've seen that. It's interesting. But what's causing that? It's alright. This is... this is gonna be a mess. Let's see how the dragon copes. I found the chest. Chest didn't have anything useful. Always cast. Damage plus. You know what? Because I think the way the saw blade works, it does various damage ticks. That is really nice. That is really, really nice. And I wouldn't bother trying to summon homunculi or anything. If that's what you mean by another baby. Unless you mean I murdered another. In which case, I mean, I don't know how you found out about the first. I can assure you, the second one was much better hidden. You shouldn't have known about that. Okay. This isn't working out well, but it's working. I think that has rotated, right? Like, slightly since the last time. Another, and you're referring to me as baby. Okay, I'm really confused now at what you're on about, but I'm not going to question it any further. I'm just going to assume I'm missing a really, like, in-depth joke or something you're trying to make. So be careful here. Come on, just murder him. Like, that saw blade's worrying when it is coming towards me. I was about to just let it just dig through stuff, but no, I decided against that. That would have been a bad idea. It would have been a silly thing to do. This is a mess. Look, yeah, that line's definitely rotating back. It is rotating clockwise this time. And I don't know why. I don't like it. Why is the line rotating? Like, it's become perpendicular again. To, like, my character sprite. Also, send that saw blade down there. I got dangerously close to it for a second. Just be careful. We only want to murder the dragon. Okay, dragon time. Just dig into it. This is fine. Playing is very annoying. Yeah, it doesn't do anything, no. It's completely useless. I've got no idea what causes it. I'm assuming it's like... Do you know how, like, the whole wisp thing works in this? Where you reduce a projectile to below, like, a 0 lifespan, and it loops around and lasts infinitely. I'm assuming it's something of that nature. Like, that would be my guess anyway. I don't know for certain. Also, we just completely eviscerated the dragon. Hooray. Cannonballs? I mean, I'm not a man who turned in some hefty balls, are I? We don't need to summon one. That one's become useless, sadly. Anything we could do with this? It's alright if you don't have something good up until this point. I don't think it's good now. God, this is a mess of a run. I said it before. Like, how am I not dead yet to my own saw blades? Like, I know I've got guidance on them, but it's the rule of saw blades that you die when you use them. Like, I should not be alive. Like, it's an impossibility. How does that just hurt me? I don't know. Something hurt me and I saw a bunch of silver falling. Does that, like, deal physics damage if a powder falls on you from any height? Like, I thought so. Also, I'm mildly annoyed about the presence of worms. Can we get rid of the worms? Yes, it would seem we can. Yeah, this has been a weird time. God's still angry, right? I don't have anything we need to change. We have Tinker anywhere, so it doesn't really matter. Damage field? I mean, even more damage sounds nice to me. Just, I don't have space. Also, just dunk myself in there. I don't need grenades. Grab. I mean, I want to see what that is. It looks like a cute little dragon. I want to know what it does. Anger the gods again. Yeah, I'm aware. I'm currently trying to fight one of them. Can I keep that? Yeah. A decent spot to murder. Send it pretty much straight down now so it gets out of the way. And Sawblade should be fine. What's this? Tiny dragon. It's a passive. Hello, little dragon. I hadn't expected this. Let's get acid blood. Gives me immunity to acid. How does this thing work? Just spits out a bit of fire. It's quite a nice thing to have. I mean, I like having a dragon. It doesn't seem the most useful. How much mana does it use passively? 5. You know, that's fine. I'm happy with that. I'd say it does its job. Anyway, time to try and end the run, because this is going too well. We're going to go over to the Rainbow Wand. It's immediately not gone amazing. Oh, Rainbow Wand. It is sort of cute, I agree. It's just a nice little cute dragon. Oh, I might die here. Nope. No, I'm fine. This is why I like the Rainbow Wand. It's chaos. It's absolute chaos. Like, half of the things it does, I didn't even know were status effects. Like, it's just great fun. It's just fun. Is it good, safe fun? No, definitely not safe. Not by any stretch. But it's fun. Like having it spit out lasers for whatever reason. I think that's again something gone wrong. I think that was supposed to be like laser orbital or something. Oh, this is lovely. This is just utter chaos. This is brilliant. Like, what am I even doing? Everything's on fire, including myself. Just put myself out. Things are exploding. Like, there's no Sawblade. Like, it definitely isn't as, like, ungodly amounts of powerful. But it's a lot more fun. It's a lot more fun. Okay, just drop down. I think we've done enough of this floor. We just want to get to the boss. Gonna beat it, because I need to go eat my dinner at some point. Although, Mecha Worm. I mean, how could I not fight Mecha Worm? I never even knew he existed. How the hell am I down here? Yeah, my blood is acid. That's fine, I'm immune to acid thanks to. How the hell did I end up down here? Is that one of those teleportation mages teleported me into my Sawblade because of that? Need to be careful. Hide for a second. Got my health back now. It's gonna be a difficult one to beat this. I can manage though, right? Manage. Oh yeah, I can manage. I mean, he's made of steel. It's still fragments of a creature. Kind of like drop a wand or something. And, apparently I've made my way into Holy Mountain. I'm sorry, Steve. You're not going to be too happy about this, are you? Yeah, no, they're not too happy. What perks do we have? Perk lottery, feared by worms. I mean, okay, here's a question. Do we want more chaos? Because if we do, demolition. I'm not even gonna wait for an answer. Oh, that's gonna be fun. Yeah, we don't need any of the rest of that. We can't even afford it anyway. Okay, let's just beeline to the boss. If we're beelining to the boss, dig straight down. Like the golden rule of Minecraft. Don't do that. Noita, you might as well. Temporary immortality, thank you very much. I'm just gonna continue digging straight down. Temporary immortality, I can go through the lava. As bad of an idea as that usually is. Where do I get out? Here is where I get out. And let's go fight the boss. Oh, this has been chaos. I'm enjoying this. Okay. Gods are angry. Who cares? They're not even here to show up. They're out there. Hello, Mega Steve. I didn't expect Mega Steve to have appeared. It's alright. That's fine. I mean, that's a much better name for him, I feel, than Mega Steve. I mean, I have in the past called him Chad Steve, which I still think's a decent one. I mean, he's gone. Oh god, this is such a bizarre run I've had. Oh, by the way, Keith, good to see you. Like, what earth has happened? Like, do I want to continue this? I mean, apparently his name's Scott as well. I don't care what his name is. I'm murdering him regardless. He didn't get a name for very long. Yeah, this isn't a run where I would have been able to go for all the orbs. This has just been a fun run, not a powerful one. So let's just see how powerful. Quite powerful, it would seem. Oh god, how much damage does this do? He's just gone. The poor boss, man. He's just dead. Didn't deserve that. Anyway, we get the new shovel. And I think there's only one fitting way to end this run. Wouldn't you agree? You see what I'm keeping next to me, don't you? Apparently, there's a time limit. Do we just end the run with that? I feel there isn't a more fitting way. Okay, apparently I need to do the second pass with it. Come on. God damn it. I've got more health than I thought I did. Okay. Can I get myself killed in a more reliable way? I can just do this. I can just go into here. Well, here's all the money. I mean, I can escape down there, right, after triggering this. I'm curious. This doesn't turn you into gold immediately. No. Apparently that way's not far enough away. But yeah, that's my first time beating the game in, like, ages. I've properly done this ending 3 times. Like, I got it one time and decided, yeah, now's the time to go for the moon. Or go for 11 orb run. Various other things. I mean, yeah, it is boring. I would have ended it up anyway after. But still. That's us beating the game, I guess. Like I say, that wasn't a run we would have been able to actually win with by going for all the orbs. Like, that wouldn't have worked at all. So, I feel I'm happy with that. I feel I'm happy. I do like the name of the Saw Blade though. Was it Hyper Summon Omega Saw Blade Deluxe? It's like strapping on all the possible names to make it fun. But yeah, that is that then. I mean, I've been trying to raid people's streams, like, after I finished my own, so I'm gonna have a very quick look through Twitch, see if I can find, like, someone to raid. Like, let me know if you spot someone. I mean, apparently we've got Sekur, who was here earlier. Do you wanna go raid Sekur? I feel we could raid Sekur. I mean, he's playing Stanley Parable. Or we've got another person who's come by before, Converex. He's doing Rogue Legacy 2. Who do you prefer? Do you have any preference at all? I mean, they're saying yes. I'm up to that. They're thinking Sekur. Alright, Sekur it is. Let me just make sure I get his name correct. Well, that's been all for today. I think, like I was saying, I'm gonna get something else for the next Saturday's, or not Saturday, Sunday stream. I'm thinking of games that were in the, like, what was it? It was the games discussion I put it in. Like, they look like good games. I'm kind of wanting another RPG kind of game. It's been a while since a proper, like, RPG where you can be about anything you want. Kind of like how Disco Elysium did it. But yeah, that's all for now. I do hope you all enjoyed. It's been lovely having you all. I'll hopefully see you next time. Just wait for the raid to start and I'll be away. I'm not going to do Apex. I don't care enough for Apex, John. But anyway, I'll see you about. Bye for now.